In the scorching heart of Arabia, where others see only endless sand and death, the Nabataeans see opportunity and empire. We are a people of the desert, guided by the gods Du-Shara and Al-Uzza, and shaped by the unforgiving land we call home. From the mountains and dry riverbeds, we carved our destiny in stone. Our builders, the envy of the world, pioneered techniques that bend nature to our will. Watertight reservoirs, vast caravan cities, and walls that defy time itself. Our capital, Petra, is no mere settlement. It is a fortress of red rock and ingenuity, an oasis of civilization surrounded by chaos. Our scribes are learned, our merchants rich, our navy swift and deadly. We are progressive. Even by the standards of distant empires, our women speak in council and lead in temples. Our society endures not because it is strong, but because it is wise. But wisdom must walk hand in hand with iron. To the west, Ptolemaic Egypt casts a long shadow. To the north, the Seleucid Empire looms wealthy, powerful, and ever watchful. We sit at the crossroads, the desert's edge, where empires meet and trade flows like blood through a beating heart. The Seleucids are rich, but arrogant. We may strike at them boldly or bide our time. For to the south lie the scattered Arabian tribes, ununited, undisciplined, ripe for unification beneath the banner of Nabataea. Our enemies underestimate us. They see the desert and assume it is empty. But we are here, hidden in the sand, ready to rise. This is our land, our gods, our moment. We are Nabataea. Will we carve our empire into the rock, or let the winds of history bury us?
Hey everyone, my name is Simpsy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition here today on the channel. We're back playing on my Simpsy sub mod, which is always available to YouTube channel members. We're going to be playing as Nabataea for the first time. I can't wait to play as this ancient Arab kingdom and form a mighty trade empire in the Far East. Let's go. Alright, from humble beginnings, we start off with the ancient red rock city of Petra, and we've got two more settlements down there too. We do border with the Egyptians in Jerusalem. Here is our family tree. We'll get those married off, but the main objective of this series is to unify the Arabian Peninsula and the Arab tribes, take over Egypt, I guess the Middle East, and become the predominant power over there. We want to sweep over these lands, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, tech-wise, let's go into military. Overall, the army and unit roster for the Nabataeans is quite decent. We've got a really nice mix of pikes and swordsmen and axemen, decent heavy cavalry and archers too. We are in the Far East here, so we have access to the valuable spice trade resource. So once we start trading with the Western and Mediterranean kingdoms, we're going to be able to make so much money. So I feel like war with the Egyptians and the Seleucids is inevitable, but I think our first major play is to try and unite the Arabian Peninsula under a Nabataean banner. So at the moment, a lot of levy spearmen. We do have some pretty decent swordsmen, but for now, as we are still a very limited economy, we haven't got those far spice resources just yet. But it's going to be interesting to see how this campaign, for all intensive purposes, plays out. So levy spearmen for now, as we are probably going to need to do a fair few sieges. I believe this was a DLC, wasn't it, for the desert kingdoms, along with Saba and I can't remember who else was in this pack. That's probably why I haven't played as the Nabataeans, to be honest. But let me know feedback and suggestions in the comments, as always, as we try and build this empire up. Okay, so we've got a navy here. Let's just move it in. So we do have access to one spice resource. Nice. But we haven't got those trade lanes yet, as we haven't got access to the Mediterranean. So we've got the Egyptians there that we're trading with. And then we've got some of the other desert kingdoms here. Saba. I suppose we break our alliance with them because we want to try and unite this peninsula. Oh yeah, Kush and Axum. Oh yeah, Kush is probably a part of the other DLC factions too. Nicely done. Alright, let's end the turn and continue, see how the other factions react. So it's going to be interesting to see which factions sort of rise and build up. Will the Seleucids get overtaken and overthrown? They do tend to fail in the majority of campaigns. So 4 levy spearmen have now been recruited. Let's move you to the border here. We'll muster and then we'll start firstly by uniting the Arabian Peninsula. Let's have some battles. Okay, construction report done too. Now, we're going to have to focus on research quite a bit because we've got like a 7% leadership debuff, which is annoying. So I think we go north here. And yeah, okay, so the Seleucids just hate us. We can join their war, so that might get us off our back. Them off our back. Maybe I need to offer them some money potentially. Looks like that will do. That's not going to do. Okay, let's sabotage, farm up my spies a bit. And then our assassinos. So let's move in and have our first war. Try and take our first piece of territory in the heart of the Arabian Peninsula. And then we'll try and get some more spearmen here just because they're a little bit cheaper on the upkeep. But early on, what's going to be difficult is the amount of sieges that we're going to have to conduct. Alright, let's end the turn and continue. See how they react. Egypt wants to give us a non-aggression pact. Let's get that signed and sealed. Okay, so they've now moved out, so we're going to be able to attack them. Nice, so the Quidri have now moved out. I'm surprised they were able to do that because we sabotaged them. Oh, well, we're unsuccessful. Okay, so yeah, let's fight this one on the battlefield now. They want to fight us on the open field. Alright, let's move our spearmen up, our skirmishers. Once we get access to the Nabataean axemen, we're going to be laughing. Got some decent cavalry there too. So Nabataea was an ancient Arab kingdom from around the 4th century BCE to 106 CE, known for its capital Petra and their impressive water engineering, which we get access to. I believe there's like a huge dam, which is like one of the wonders in Rome too, that we can get access to. That's in Saudi Arabia somewhere. The kingdom was made up of parts of Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and modern day Israel too, as we are just going to try and focus their skirmishers here. These are just very, very light cavalry, so I've got to be a little bit careful, but they're going to be high octane in their charge if they can get it. But historically, the Nabataeans grew wealthy by controlling the key trade routes and spice routes and incest in the Middle East, which we want to try and do. We've got some fantastic tradable resources. Once we build those cities up, we're going to be heavily relying on our trade. Their culture was like a really cool blend of Arab, Greek and Roman. Now the Romans haven't shown up just yet, but we will have access to various hoplites. We also have really rich mercenaries that we can get too. We've got the Syrian auxiliaries and various Levant infantry. Okay, so that reinforcement's coming in. We're just going to make sure we give out these attack orders here. But they used a form of aromatic, and they believed in various pantheon of gods.
The men are wavering.
Dashura. So they basically just like worshipped the mountains and the moon, which is pretty cool because we are an ancient Arab kingdom. This is pre-Islam, so I suppose it wouldn't be exactly right to call it a caliphate we're going to be building. We're just going to be building a big, ancient Arab empire. But once the Romans moved into the Middle East, they annexed the settlement and turned it into a Roman province. So hopefully we can build up like an empire as big as the Sassanids that eventually come after us, maybe even the Ottomans too. Okay, so let's try and run them down. And we're going to be ruled by various kings and queens of Arabia. But unit roster wise, we're holding at the moment. Jeez, I do have to be a little bit careful because skirmishes are still so overpowered in this mod. I'm just going to try and kite us. Now, the unit cards aren't perfect for Nabataea. This unit card mod hasn't been updated in quite some time. It works perfectly for like Rome, basically like ports the various DEI unit cards, but not all of them have been updated for the Desert Kingdoms. So as you can see, some of them are from DEI, Divide et Impera, while others are just defaulted.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
For example, in my Arabian Kingdom campaign, it was pretty perfect. And obviously playing as the Romans and such. Okay. So essentially the submod is Divide et Impera, Divide et Impera. But just doesn't take as long. Like, I love DEI, but from a content perspective, I don't have 6 months to do a full campaign. Okay, so we're doing okay here now. It's still 50-50, going to be quite close for this particular fight. Let's move back here. So, I'm not going to lie, until we get access to mid to end here, we're probably going to lose a lot of casualties, and we're going to be relying on absolute trash tier units. But once we start taking over the highly lucrative and valuable trade lanes, uniting these desert kingdoms, we should be able to go against some rival powers. Yeah, I would love to set up just like a massive Middle Eastern kingdom, and then maybe the Macedonians, or if they push into Asia Minor, or the Romans come up against us, will be a mighty empire to face them. Converting the populace will be an issue, of course. Okay, so we've won this first fight, this first battle. Now we just need to deal with these additional reinforcements. And this isn't even as tricky of a battle as I thought. We're just getting kited a little bit here, which is rather annoying than anything. Okay. They just have so many skirmishes there, my god. I don't know necessarily if we're going to be able to confederate with some of these kingdoms. It doesn't seem like they want to let us, but that could have easily sped things up. Okay, so I feel like they're about to fully capitulate here now. Nice. And I'll speed things up and try and run down as many of them as I can. Oh my god, we lost 1,200. We only outnumbered them by a little bit though. But we've managed to win our first victory in this Nabataean campaign. Going to be able to take our first piece of territory too. Okay, let's push on in and do that. Aggressive stance. A decisive victory. We could subjugate, but we're going to try and occupy as much of this territory as we can. Looting also gives you a bit. So, the Quidri have now been destroyed, and we're in Arabia Magna. And we'll try and heal back up. We might be quicker to recruit than replenish and repair, technically. Okay, so we've got this other army building up. Let's continue to push deeper into the sands and lands of Arabia. Let's try and get some more levy spearmen there where we can. And let's continue on, see how the enemy react. Okay, so... Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm back. My next-door neighbour is living the Australian dream, doing renos on his property, so he's been banging and clanging. So, my apologies. We're going to reject that peace treaty for now. Because they could come further into my lands. Well, maybe I do it then. I might be able to get more if it's higher. But yeah, my apologies if you hear banging and clanging. I'm recording during the day when he's working. Okay, so we will accept that. We're going to be able to get more from it on our terms. Tech-wise, I do think we want to go down military for the start, and then we'll switch to civic. Once we need to build up our empire, we're going to need to go back into civic. The only thing about playing as the Desert Kingdoms is we've got a pretty bad research rate for some reason. I don't know why. So we're going to have to try and offset that with some of our buildings. So let's go with trade there for now. And unfortunately we can't put any edicts here into Nabataea as we don't hold Jerusalem. The Egyptians hold it. Out of dies. Oh, nice. So we've got some really cool new events that I've never really seen before. Yeah, right, okay. More slingers as we look to push further into the scorching heart of Arabia. But yeah, let me know in the comments how your Nabataea campaign went. If you played them before. I just feel like there's so much opportunity in this campaign to build an empire. I would love to get it as big as I guess the Ayyubid Caliphate maybe? If we can start taking territory in southern Spain, that'd be so cool. Stretching from all of North Africa. Okay, so we're going to go into Main, I think that's how you say it, and continue conquering further territory into Arabia Magna. I guess we will take the diplomatic penalty hit with the king, but at the moment we are just wielding with levies, which isn't the best. But let's hope that the gods guide us well here through the desert, as it can be unforgiving, but we do get a bonus fighting here, which the majority of where we're going to be fighting for this campaign is in the desert. Okay, so that's not a too bad auto-resolve. Let's end the turn and continue and allow them to attack me. Sometimes I'm just a little bit too impatient to end the turn and allow the AI to fight me on their terms, but maybe we should. Okay, a large swarm of locusts seems to be headed towards the arable land. We can burn frankincense, gather all we can. I suppose we do that. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't done that event before, so I don't know.
Laying siege to the settlement.
Okay, so we're going to have to manually fight this one on the battlefield. Sure. Okay, let's surround this territory and zoom on in. Thankfully, it's nowhere near as built up as Petra. We're lucky that we've got such a strong settlement, because Petra is just a fortress at this time period. But we're going to go around here and try and get more pieces of territory, more riches for the merchants, more learned scribes. We do want to try and build up a navy at some point. There's not going to be a point to build a navy in the Far East, but on that western seaboard it is. Unfortunately, Jerusalem isn't a port. We have to push it up further into the northern Levant. I guess it's modern day Syria or Aleppo or whatever. Lebanon. Okay. So, I think, firstly, we go around and try and unite these smaller Arabian desert tribes. Get everyone under the Nabataean king's banner. To then build up to either go against Ptolemaic Egypt or Ptolemaic Egypt, or the Seleucids. It just depends how things go. The Egyptians will be probably fighting their own successor wars. Macedon could push in there. Same as with Pontus. Sometimes Pontus can dominate Anatolia. It's going to be interesting to see who controls most of it. And if the Seleucid vassals raise up against them. Okay, let's try and swing around here where we can. But so far, these scattered Arabian tribes are very much ununited, undisciplined, and ripe for conquest. Okay, let's try and swing around there too. But so far, we will lose high casualties, but it's fine because we can just recruit these levy spearmen quite quickly. I think I want to go with the spearmen because we've got the armor bonus. If we're fighting more land battles, yeah, let's go with the swordsmen. But because yeah, we might need to be fighting sieges. Thankfully, this is just essentially a land battle, this one. There isn't even any arrow towers, because those are still so busted in this. But of course, as always, let me know in the comments what other campaigns you'd like me to do. I'm really enjoying Rome too at the moment. We've just wrapped up the Idrisan Kingdom, and now we're going to be focusing on playing as Nabataea in this campaign. But so far, even just from this early starting position, I seem to be enjoying this as a faction more. Just because I haven't spent that much time over here in the Far East. Because by the time you steamroll into the lands of Arabia, it's basically GG's for the campaign if you're playing as Rome, or maybe even Bactria to some extent. I think the Nabataean unit roster is so much more enjoyable than the Idrisan Kingdoms. I just didn't realize how hard that campaign is. You just have to force land battles constantly. We did unify the Balkans, Dacia, and Greece, but damn, that was a brutal campaign. This unit roster is a little bit more predictable. We got hoplites at the front. I think ideally what I want to do is like get armored pikes or spears, or there's some really cool spear units you get access to that are heavily armored. Get like 4 or 5 of those in the front. Maybe get those fantastic heavy Syrian skirmishers. Might even get access to elephants too, but in order resolve, they're just not the greatest. Okay, so this first army's not doing entirely well. Damn. We need to go take the town square now because they've got some units there, but my reinforcing army is now coming in. Seems like the army in the garrison there is getting more distracted. Okay, slowly but surely progressing well. So, firstly, build up, get all of Arabia, get like, what, 6-7 settlements, get to medium tier units, and then we'll see. We could maybe launch some incursions into the African subcontinent. No, the African continent. The Indian subcontinent. Who's to say that? Oh my god, no! I just lost my general? Oh my god, look at that! Okay, so there goes our faction leader. They just wiped us out, oh my god. It's the Desert Skirmishers, man. Well, we might put do an invasion into Axum and Ethiopia, the Kingdom of Kush, but we'll see. Oh my god, they're on the list too. Nice. So let's end that battle there. Oh damn. So we did nearly lose 2,000 there. Oh, an honourable death. Yeah, from the King's party. We have a new... No, that was our faction leader. So the King is now dead. And his daughter will rise as queen of the ancient Arabs. Who was the other? Zenobia, that was it. Different time period when the Romans came in. There's still a fair few factions on Emperor Divided too. So Farah has now taken the queenship. So we are now under a Queen of Nabataea. Okay, so let's reorganize up. So we've got access to marble now, which is nice. Let's reorganize this. But yeah, damn. Don't mess with
At your command.
ancient Arabian skirmishes. Goddamn. Okay, so Axum and Kush are at war with each other. Let's move my spy down here. Yeah, okay. So that is a massive piece of territory. And castle too. Okay, slowly but surely progressing through the desert. We'll have to watch out for the main army that could attack us there. Alright, let's move up to try and counteract it. Let's get some levy spearmen there. Alright, and then we've nearly got all of Arabia Magna under our control. Our economy's not looking great at the moment. Might be able to get military access with the Egyptians. No. Okay, we've been attacked here now. Okay, not winnable that one, unfortunately. So, it's going to be a defeat, and we're going to lose our northern province. But it's okay, because we're going to be able to retake it quite quickly. It was a recent conquest at the end of the day. Hemorrhaging cash massively. Okay, let's move on here now. Nice. And we should be able to just straight up auto-resolve that one. Reoccupy. And Ma'in as a faction, no more. Okay, so moving you down here. Pushing into the region capital is going to be easier said than done. Oh, we're hemorrhaging so much money. Is there anyone we can get trade with? Not really. We might just have to bite the bullet and try and take those armies quickly. Mostly spearmen too, they're matching us. Okay, so I will re-declare war upon them. I will take the faction hit, I guess. And we'll move into the desert. As long as we follow this road here, we should be okay. We do get additional morale fighting here. My treasury is empty. There's nothing we can do about it. But once we start taking more territory, we're going to be able to field more armies. We just need these region capitals. It sucks that we don't have Jerusalem. They want a peace treaty. Interesting. So we can't enforce an edict, but once we take this, we will be able to. Axum and Kush have sued for peace. The kingdoms of Ethiopia aren't fighting. Okay, so an army has moved. I just can't see where it is in the fog of war. Maybe we're better off going down some civic stuff here. Okay, so I can't seem to see where that other army is. So we'll continue down the road to the capital. And can I switch one of these generals out maybe? Move you down here too. We just need to start getting into some fights. Alright, hopefully they intercept us. We're just going to bite the bullet. Now we are losing soldiers now to upkeep, which is annoying. Okay, let's see how the AI calculates. They're still interested in peace. Oh, I don't know where they've gone now. Oh, okay, so they've... Oh, okay, maybe they haven't seen me in the fog of war. So they've moved north. Interesting. Well, we're going to push here. I'm so happy they did that, because then we didn't have to fight that manually. If they sat there with those armies, like a full stack into the garrison, especially being walled like that, would have a massive issue. Okay, so then we'll try and... we're going to lose all that territory there. Maybe push to here. Petra is going to be threatened. Okay, so just running around here at the moment. Hopefully they just get some attrition themselves, as they are currently a landless faction now, and we'll rejig some of these buildings once we've got wealth. But at the end of the day, still, our economy is not looking good whatsoever. So you just got to be careful early in the campaign as Nabataea. Okay, so maybe we're better off. How am I going to fix this? Oh, we actually have a navy though. We should get rid of that actually. That's probably costing us a bit. I'm trying to think army wise. The levies. It's not like we've got heaps of mercenaries or anything. I do want to push further into Saba and Muscat, so we don't particularly want to try and get trade with them or anything. Yeah, just in a tricky situation. Alright, we'll see how these guys react, because they're still probably like turn or two away from taking a piece of territory. The outcast, a girl cast out from the tribe. Let's bring her in. It'll give us access to more family members and we'll marry them into our main line. As we are currently under the reign of Queen Faha. Cool name. Okay. Got a little bit of cash here now. It'll stop our hemorrhaging economy. Okay, let's try and give chase. Interesting, so they're going to start raiding. Okay, so that's really quite bad. It's like the AI know our economy's tanked, so they're going to try and put some pressure on us. Okay. So we do have a little bit of money now, which is going to offset that debt. Interesting that they just started raiding. Maybe they thought they would have a better chance doing this. I don't even know where they've gone now. Oh, they've gone further this way. Okay. Jeez, just sort of running around the whole place now. That's a force march. Yeah, right, okay. We'll definitely try and hit them. It's only spearmen. Nice. Okay, I guess they just kind of threw weirdly. To be fair, these guys are all one-star commanders. They don't have the best leadership, I'm not even gonna lie. Okay, so, I think I will get rid of this navy. Even though we could use it down there in the south now. Okay, so we've got our economy back on track. And yeah, this army just needs to be full-on replenished and repair. And then we're gonna push into southern Arabia. Okay, so can I renegotiate now with the Egyptians? There is a nice. There is a Cleopatra sort of figure. A new pharaoh. And there's a queen of Nabataea too. Okay, and then we've got the Seleucid vassals too. Can't seem to get trade with them. A sandstorm. Families were expected to arrive. Let's send a search party out for them, sure. Pay 1,000, we'll try, do our best to find them. Okay, so I guess we go to war with Saba. To be fair, they're actually a really cool faction too. Pretty good unit roster. They tend to be a little bit easier to play as compared to Nabataea, because they're further down in the peninsula. But I think Petra as our capital is going to be fantastic. Alright, so let's push in against Saba. And try and take Marab. Okay. And we're starting to actually have a functioning economy, making 600 gold per turn. 14 food. We could probably get some agents now. It's always good, just getting those little stat bonuses for movement and infantry where you can. And then it also farms authority and morale quite well. So they want peace straight away. They're actually at war with Muscat. They're actually at war with Oman there in the far east. I wonder if their armies are sort of over there. We might have caught them well in a surprise attack. But let's see how they react. Okay, so... Oh, nice. So, I guess we didn't find the people. Well, we found the animals and the cargo. Nice. I just haven't seen some of these events. Oh my god, that's a massive army there. And they're desert spearmen too. Jeez. And then desert levies. Yikes. Okay, so I guess we sabotage. Successful, nice. Even though we wanted this settlement really though. Okay, let's move one army in. Not favoured to win, even with nearly 3,000 there. Let's move in the additional reinforcements, and how does that change things? We've still got that other army coming up there. This is where we sort of win and fight the win and lose the campaign. Or I'm actually going to take that auto resolve because look, at the end of the day, we've got levies. Well, I could actually siege, you know what? And then if they fight me on the battlefield, I'll play it. But I don't think it's in our best interest to manually play that. it'd be to auto-resolve. The thing is, if you can get all of the desert tribes and kingdoms in and around Arabia under your control, build them up and defend those garrisons, you basically have the world as your oyster. You can push into Egypt, into some of the most fertile and fantastic territory in the game as you push up towards the North Mediterranean. Okay, so they haven't attacked me here, which is disappointing, but I will take the auto-resolve on it. Now they've got more siege equipment. Because manually playing that with spearmen, they don't have the fighting capacity to do so. We could have gone with swords to manually play it, yeah, but then that'd cost more. At the moment, we're fighting with just like a land army base. Now, we got the Great Dam here. Now, unfortunately, I think this is still bugged. Like, you can't actually change this. This is just a permanent building in there. I feel like there's not too many permanent buildings in the game. And we could go with a trader there, but I think we want to go with research. Okay, so let's move the spy down here. Nice. We might be able to conquer more than half of 2 pieces of territory in Arabia Felix if we're lucky. So there's only 9 there, so let's move that army down. It's just depending where that other army went. I think we caught them when they were like on the offensive. Oh, they're sieging our other settlement to the north, which they haven't taken yet, which is nice. Oh damn, not playing that. Okay, let's give out some skills at the moment, going down general/authority. And that will gain us gravitas per turn, allow us to bring more family members in and stabilize this kingdom. We will eventually change it to an empire. Saba have said, hey, we'll bend the knee for peace. No, I'd rather take this territory. It's going to be easy, so easy for us to control. At the end of the day, they should be able to be confederated with us, really. A son has come of age. Nice, and that protection warning. I think we're okay, even though we lost our faction leader pretty early on. Okay. So, not a favourable win there, and I don't know why. Okay. Interesting, so let's withdraw. Gonna need those reinforcements then. Can I get to here? And will that be enough to hit that army? No. Okay. Unfortunate. Maybe I sabotage that. Oh, nice. And I've actually pinned it there for next turn. Nice. So we should be able to drag it out then. And while it's sitting there, let's move that champion into. Okay. Arabia Magna. Nothing to the north's under threat. Oh, we can expand this. So let's do that. Alright. And if we can take this, we're going to get another crucial spice port lane. They once again want us to join sides. No, I think there's just too many of them. Levy spears. Yeah, I don't think this is winnable, even when it's a massive settlement like that. Time-wise, that's unfortunate. Maybe we make peace. Take this territory, peace out with them, replenish and repair, move everyone back. That edict's been cancelled. I don't even know where that other army went. And then let them to push against Oman again. Yep, so that's more of a favourable one here. We just don't have the economy to fight with fantastic units. I'm going to have to maybe restructure that completely, those armies. But now we've taken 2 pieces of territory. We have lost that. It's probably time for a tactical pause. Yeah, and they're actually going to accept that because they were going to bend the knee. So we'll make peace with them. And we'll try and rebuild back up. Because even trying to push and take that territory. Oh, the Seleucids have taken Jerusalem. Wow. The Egyptians no longer hold it. Okay, so now we've actually got access to some better quality units. Nice. It might be worth doing that then. Okay, out of all of these, I think the Nabataean axemen look better. Have way more armor. Yeah, 65 armor compared to 40. No, 55. I guess they got better slashing. Okay, so skipped a little bit ahead. Now we've got axemen in our army build. And we've got a pretty strong economy now. I'm going to redeclare war upon Saba, who's still at war with Muscat. Who actually like me, so I'm going to join their war. Can I get some money out of them, potentially? The thing is, I'm going to go straight after you once I've dealt with Saba. Even though we're farming good relations with them. Nice, okay. So now I feel confident to be able to play sieges if we need. Let's move those guys up. And it doesn't look like they're back in my old settlement either. We're going to be able to get that edict back. Got mines and food going too. Still sitting at 13. I haven't decided the army build just yet. Build. Well, I guess army build too. Construction build just yet, because a lot of this territory we're not going to need to convert, so we don't need to build temples. So just building food, go buildings. And then mines, I think. Let's intimidate, I suppose. I really like the look of these axemen though. Oh, and we're going to be able to drag out the garrison. Perfect. So we're going to get even more of a favourable order resolve. We've caught an army just sitting out there. Nice. And we should be able to march on in. Perfect. And we've retaken our territory. Now hopefully they take Muscat. We don't have to attack them. Still got the water tank there. The fish is fine. I'll probably want to change that to a trader at some point. And we're still at war with Saba, but they are potentially besieging Muscat. I can't see what's happening down here in Oman. Okay, they're maybe just hanging around there. We'll move you this way to go to the next province, but they're probably going to just sit there more or less. I guess if we got access to desert... I don't know. I actually just think I'm vibing with the axemen more. Oh, so Saba's taking this now. They would be interested in peace. Big army. To be fair, I struggled in my... Was it Bactrian campaign? To push on over. No, it was the Indian campaign, pushing into the Arabian Peninsula. That was really, really tough, actually. Muscat hang it out in the desert. Yeah, so the Seleucids have pushed down into Jerusalem. Oh my god, they've actually crossed the Sinai too. They're really threatening Egypt. Oh, damn. But we could find an ally in them. Okay, so Saba's still there. We're just sort of running around them, actually. Okay, let's end the turn and continue before we get all of Arabia hopefully under our control. What is this, lead as a resource? A great fire is broken out. You gotta be kidding me. Our economy only just got on track. And Athens has been destroyed? I wonder whom by. Okay, so if we take this now, they should rot away. Man, we've been quite fortunate here. Like I said in the start of the campaign, they were undisciplined, these tribes. Probably can break that down, we don't need that. Nice. So as you can see now, the entirety of the Arabian Peninsula is now well and truly under a Nabataean banner. Those axemen have done an absolute treat. Oh, okay, so there's the army there. I guess I move you here, and then I move the other army up. So yeah, I think, yeah, pikes eventually though, after axemen. Oh my god. The poor people of Gera have been under foreign occupation like nearly every other year, every other season. Once again, the edict's been cancelled too. That's so annoying. Oh well. Okay. So that's been destroyed. Okay, let's just hope Muscat doesn't take it. I suppose we could sue for peace again to be able to move on up.
Please.
They're interested in aggression. They're just gonna rot away. Egypt during the end turn phase have offered a defensive alliance. I'm absolutely gonna accept that. They've still got a really powerful roster. They could flee westward against Cyrenaica and Carthage and stuff. But they are really under pressure. They're getting smashed by Kush and the Seleucids by the look of it. Yeah. Oh, they took a piece of territory back, but geez, yeah. They're going to be like, oh, if we can open up a front against the Seleucids, that'll be good. Okay, so I don't know what these guys are doing here now. Let's just hope that Oman doesn't try and take this territory back. I was going to say, they're in a force march. We might be able to catch them, but no. Okay. Little bit of a run around. Annoying rigmarole, but Once we get all of Arabia under our control, we can have some cooler and better quality fights, I think. Against major factions. I always get a little bit bored against fighting minor factions, and these are like... These 3 different Arab factions we fought are basically the same. Okay, so we're going to decline that because we don't want to join in on that fight and give them the territory. Once we start fighting against like a faction like Egypt or the Seleucids or even Kush to some extent. Maybe a Greek faction, Bactria or Pontus, who knows. It's going to be more interesting. Oh my god, yeah, it's just like trying to subdue Saba when they're running me around the old place. Okay. So they're going to retake that. Hopefully they just sit there for the time being. And then that's done and dusted. But we are starting to make a decent amount of money. I guess our trade lanes are starting to flow as we've got more resources. Let's try and sabotage and sit them in there. It's not going to work though. The new way, that'll probably help our research. Alright, let's try and pin and hen them on him. It's a good army there. Nice attack. Oh, that's way better odds now. And moving those levies too. Perfect. Oh my god, look at that. Look at that auto resolve. It's 99% in my favor. We shall absolutely take that one. And that's Saba done. Hopefully. God damn. Making me run around like that. Let's get a mine going there. Let's make that a trade settlement. Let's go with a farm. Going with the goat herds first is better for us here. Nice. Oh, the Seleucids are taking Alexandria. Damn. Kush is pushed north too. But they've also got Syria too. Oh my god, they're going to come and attack these poor people again. Look, you know what? I actually might manually play this one. I might be able to win this, even though we're not favoured to win it whatsoever. Hang on, bear with me. Okay, so, because they've got so many camel riders, they've only got a couple of units that can actually push on up. And we've got arrow towers, so we'll just manually play this one quickly. If it stops Saba from attacking us, essentially. Now, unlike in Total War Attila, in Rome 2, you're not going to be able to dismount from those camels. You're going to have to somehow get them in. We are losing ground, but it's okay. Maybe let's try and clump everyone up here.
Our general is under attack.
Okay, hit those royal guard. We've got more reinforcements coming in too. Oh god, what is... Oh, okay, so we're just melting away a lot.
This is a shameful display.
Yeah, the general there is going to be tough.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful
Okay, so there's like going that way, sure.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful
Definitely not winnable, that one. Yeah, no, we're just going to be GG's. My army's just going to straight up melt. Oh well, it's worth the attempt because running around like this
is a shameful display.
Going to be a bit fruitless.
Flee the field of battle.
Thought the arrow towers would have done slightly more. That's okay. So they're just going to retake it. But we have whittled them down so much now though. We're going with Civic at the moment, so let's do that. Okay, that's fine. We lost our protection there. It's probably time to get another army going too. Got a bunch of Rakim family members. Female and male. Through the Farah line. At the moment still holding incredible amounts of sway within the faction. Oh, I like these palace guards though. These guys look fantastic. Combo them with some axemen too. So I think like an ideal army build, like 5 pikes, 6 archers, then axemen, I think. Oh, why are we stuck in a force march here? Oh, because I moved them in there? Oh god, that's annoying. So we can't attack them there. Do I have to move this? Oh my god. It's because they were in force march from before. Oh, I've stuffed up there. Okay, it doesn't matter if they attack us though. We should be able to win that manually. It might actually bait them into an attack, so it's okay. I don't think we're going to get navally hit there. It is always the risk though. Okay, now we're good. They didn't actually intercept us. Oh my god, please. I am just so done with fighting Saba. Okay. Hopefully that's it once and for all. My god. Nice. They've been destroyed as a nation. God damn. And we're not at war with anyone. Egypt is a one settlement faction now though. The Nassam one is. The Seleucids. Yeah, I guess we go after them because we want to try get Jerusalem and get those trade nodes basically. We want to be able to trade into the Mediterranean. A shipwreck. Let's accept that. Nice. Okay, so Pergamon we can get trade with. Oh damn, so they're all the Seleucids. Who would have thought? This is really cool. Pergamon are the predominant power from Pergamon, Sicilia, now to Syria. Oh wow, so they're pressuring the Seleucids from the north, and that's why we can get trade with them. The Egyptians are holding for now. They want us to join that war eventually, we will. Okay, I'm going to put my tax rate up just so I can throw heaps of money into my economy and not rely on trade too much. So that will sacrifice some early term growth, but we're going to be able to build up and get some better quality armies because we're going to fight the Seleucids, I think. They're getting pressurized by the Pergamons in the north. A merchant's plea. The tariffs are correct. Yes, foreign merchants visit our markets. Yes, let's do trade tariffs. Okay, so what's the family member there? One of Farah's daughters. New heir now, though. Okay, let's get them married. I've got some additional money too. We want to farm more children. Okay, it's time for war with the Seleucids. We have all of Arabia, Magna, and Felix. We have 3 pieces of territory in Nabataea. The Seleucids have rapidly swept down the Levant. By the look of it, they've actually left their northern territories quite vulnerable. Antioch and Palmyra have fallen to Pergamon, and they're moving back up to deal with them. They've taken Jerusalem, Alexandria, Memphis. Oh my. And they've reduced the Egyptians to 2 armies in the desert there. Oh my. Okay, so we've got an opportunity now to take Jerusalem and basically cut their empire in half. That's fascinating to see. Usually the Seleucids don't do anywhere near this well. Oh wow, they're actually allied with the Kingdom of Kush. I can join their war Pergamon. Oh yeah, we had trade with them, but we lost it. Bear with me. So I'll join your war for a trade agreement. Maybe you can give me some money on top of that. And then we can get for a military alliance. Well, let's try and get that deal done. Oh, perfect. Just what we want to see. I was going to say, you don't often see the Seleucids do this well, especially dominating Egypt. It's either the other way around. And Pergamon, for this particular run, has done well. So we've rallied up. We have 3 full stacks in Petra with the Queen. We've got hoplites. We've got like 2 properly tier 2 medium armies now. Just exactly what I wanted. Ideally, we would have archers rather than slingers. But we'll move into the Levant and take Jerusalem. And then we'll have all of Nabataea fully under our control. Might even be able to push up to Tyrosh too. Nice. Petra is the capital of Nabataea there. Cool. Alright, let's move those reinforcements there. And I suppose... yeah, it might be a bit of a rush here to sort of take Edessa, Dora, and a couple of others. I suppose we sit around here and wait for the Seleucids to march into Jerusalem, back over the Sinai, and we go to fight them. So we have expertly divided and conquered them, which is nice. But these medium tier armies now, 5 hoplites at the front. Nabataean hoplites, they're not the best. Well, Nabataean. I always used to say Nabataean. Pikes. They're not as good as Macedonian or Greek, but they're going to be able to do just fine. Okay, so they're force marching around Petra for some reason. Okay. Let's try and sabotage those armies. Farm my spy a little bit. Okay, unfortunately, weren't successful. I'm actually going to be able to hit this with fire. How? Oh, I'm not. I was going to say. Okay, so can I move north to Tyrosh now at the top of the turn? Maybe. Once we build a mine and a food resource. Okay, I think they had an army there though. Maybe, oh yes, it's gone further north. In Tyrosh. I thought Pergamon was going to get it out. Okay, let's swing north here now. And there's just a garrison inside. So let's just get our levies to seize that. Nice. And if we could get Cyprus, that would be brilliant. But I just don't know if that's going to be possible. So we've met up with our allies now. And we've secured trade lanes now to the west. As we can connect up. So hopefully we can start trading with the Mediterranean. Because as you can see, like we got access to Bithynia now. Nasamones. Oh my god. So this is where our economy should just absolutely skyrocket now. Because we can create a trade lane from Nabataea, Jerusalem. So it could have been a play to take it earlier to try and get that connection. Because now we can trade into the Balkans. So let's trade with the Idrisian Kingdom. And as we start to trade more, there's going to be other factions we're going to find and trade with. Okay, so Pontus seems like they're taking the other half of Asia Minor. So it looks like in this timeline, it's fallen to the Greek world, the majority of Asia Minor. Maybe even Sparta. Oh, okay, looks like Sparta. Oh, you can see a little bit there. I think they've got Athens. Yes, now we've fully uncovered it. Interesting, because they were destroyed earlier. So Sparta's doing well. Okay, let's get some dignitaries now. We got some more money for agents because we're making nearly 6,000 per turn because we have all these marble, olive, and spice resources. It's going to be so valuable. And then what we'll do is we'll try and invest that into our cities. Alright, but it looks like my coalition with Pergamon and Egypt, we're going to go against the Seleucids. We can get access to mercenary Syrian archers and elephants now. I kind of want to get them in our builds. I want to have a fight against the Seleucids here. But we'll just have to see. Okay, so Tyrosh is now fallen. Military tents. How are we going? Family tree wise, we're good. Let's try and get some archers in and elephants. Why not? They're going to be fun to have access to. We've got the money for them, so why not? They're very expensive because the elephants have a massive initial upfront cost and then obviously the 700 afterwards. Okay, we've got access now to more units, so let's recruit another in Nabataea here. I actually think the Royal Guard a lot better. So Desert Pikemen, let's get those. They seem like they're more armored like hoplites. The pike isn't even that long anyway. They're like a glorified hoplite, you could say. But I think it's the army build I like. Okay, so there's a full stack there. They're in Memphis too. Interesting. So Kush is pushing up. So overall, we could be pressurized there in Dura. I just wanted to see the map there to see if there was any other options. I would kind of like for them to attack me. They want me to join their war against Media. No, we won't go after the Seleucid vassal states just yet. Okay, so they fled back over the Sinai, going back towards Egypt proper. Interesting. Right in the capital. Let's try and resolve that. Trade agreement was resolved. 7,000. Oh wow, now we've got heaps of money there. Bactria has been destroyed. Okay. So we're going to run down this small Seleucid general here now. And we'll try and give chase to that other one. Okay. Just got to be careful moving over the river there. Okay, so those pikes have been recruited. Let's push to the border here now. I don't think we're going to get attacked to the north, so we can swing that army in from recruiting. Okay, so it looks like Palmyra has now fallen, Dora, and then Edessa too. I'd love to try and grab as much of that territory as I can. We might have to betray Pergamon at some point. But after we fell the Seleucids, I guess we go after their vassals. Because the Greek world likes me, except for the Seleucids, of course. Everyone doesn't seem to like them for whatever reason. Okay, let's make sure we dish out that skill. Damn! So, I think we've just so happened to conquer all of Arabia at the time where the Seleucids just absolutely blitzkrieg the Egyptians. They crossed over, took Alexandria and Memphis from the Egyptians so quick. Damn, I've never seen them be this aggressive in a campaign too. Normally they just like crumble and fall. They were so successful, but this time around, how cool would it have been if I was playing as Rome or something? By the time I got over here, the Seleucid Empire has well and truly been Alexander's successor state, having a huge Eastern Empire. But shame for them. This time around, I'm here. Oh, nice. We've got access to better quality military buildings here now. We're going to have an issue culturally, though, with the Greeks. Okay, so a full stack is sitting in Alexandria now. And let's cross the River Nile. Elephants in there too. Alexandria 15 units, Memphis. Okay, so spears there. Alright, let's push south. To be fair, they would have lost a decent amount of units fighting the Egyptians too. Okay, and I guess we give chase of this smaller unit. Oh, we actually can still recruit though too. So maybe we just sit here and protect Jerusalem because we're going to have to really protect the entirety of this Nabataean province because we're going to need to trade from it. Okay, we might be able to hit Dora here now. And we are. With the king, we've got those elephants coming in too. Okay, so they didn't get fully wiped because sometimes they can. They do take a fair bit of impact elephant units in order to resolve. Okay, continue with the mine there too. I guess we go with the farm, grain pits afterwards. So Antioch and Palmyra, so the province of Syria is divided between the coastal regions that Pergamon has in me. Okay, crossed over now into Alexandria. I don't particularly want to manually siege that one if I can. I'd rather let them attack me. I will not sue for peace. Their army's now moved out. They're going to let Alexandria fall, or they're going to make their stand at Memphis, which is surprising. Just got to watch out for that army, not trying to take territory in Nabataea. We're getting so many missions now, being successful. Okay, so investing now a lot into my buildings. All the Seleucids are besieging Antioch. We need to make sure that army doesn't hit anyone. We're still going to be able to move around and recruit though. Let's get some slingers there for now. Okay, Dora has now fallen. I guess we push up towards Edessa. I guess we'll trespass to Mesopotamia. I'd rather not, but we might as well. And then take a piece of territory there. Holding that's going to be a little bit difficult. Okay, let's move into Alexandria now, I suppose. Okay, so already we're going to get a good order resolve on that. And there's so many armies still around here, so we... Look, I would like to have the historical and cultural siege of it, but we're going to lose a lot in this siege, and we're definitely going to have to fight manual battles after this because there's still so many armies floating about. One fled back, and one's now moved to Memphis, so we're probably going to have a battle in and outside the pyramids regardless. So I think we're going to get a better order resolve because I don't particularly... We're going to have to siege another turn. I think that's more favourable just to do this, and then we're going to lose 1,000. So the reinforcing army took a bit, but still better than what we would have done. But we will definitely fight against the Seleucids. If there was a full stack in there too, though, geez, would have made things a lot more complicated. Do I build a trader there? I think so, because we haven't had access to them. We've been focusing on the research buildings. Okay, so we've got the Wings Pegasus here. I think I just need to replenish and repair eventually. That's in a force march there, though. 14 in that garrison, so yeah. Okay, let's get a navy going here in Alexandria because we're going to want to protect these lands. And we're going to be trading out of Alexandria now. It's our only settlement here on the coast. Oh no, to be fair, we've got that other settlement to the north now trading. Okay, we have access to light ballista and catapults. Why? Oh, because they have a tier 3 dockyard there. We can't get the tier 3 though because we haven't unlocked it. So maybe we do that then. Yeah, damn, if we've got access to ballista and ship catapults, crikey, we're going to be able to dominate the seas and take any island we want in the Med. Okay, still pushing north towards Edessa there. Still keeping a watchful eye on the Seleucids as we've taken Alexandria. They still have to watch out for the Egyptians to the west too. Nice, but so far we've taken 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of territory from the Seleucids. They're moving an army there. The Pharaoh's still watching. Okay, so that's a better army being built there in Memphis, and then the garrison too. Let's try and infiltrate that. It didn't really work. Okay, so they got more army. They got a lot of armies still floating about that we're gonna have to fight, and they've still got that one there too that I need to deal with. Okay, so we need to take Edessa, and we are going to be able to swiftly. I'd much rather do that than allow Pergamon to grab it. Because it's one territory in Mesopotamia, surrounded by Media, it's going to be a little bit hard to hold public order-wise. Same with Dora. We just need more armies. We probably need to recruit another bunch, to be honest. Okay, so Farah has unfortunately died, and we've got a new king, of course. So we had 3 faction leaders. The first one died. Okay, let's move down here, and I guess we have the fight for Memphis because they're going to sit here. So let's move down. Kingdom of Kush has moved up to help. I don't know how that's going to go. Okay, we are not favoured to win that one whatsoever. So we'll bring those additional reinforcements in to try and swing the tide. Okay, and this should be a really good fight now. Alright, let's fight this one on the battlefield. Yeah, we needed as many men from that Alexandria siege as we could. Oh, and the enemy has sallied out. So we're going to be fighting beneath the pyramids here. Nabataea versus the Seleucids. Oh, okay. So here are our desert pikemen. They are very, very lightly armored as they set and sit below the Great Pyramids. Here we go. There's our Nabataean axemen. These guys have been revolutionary in our campaign. We'll wait for our reinforcements to come on up, and then we'll go against the Seleucids, who unfortunately, yeah, it just sucks for them, eh? They just overextended way too much. And now we should be able to start just absolutely rolling in coin and trade and prosperity now, as we're going to have access to some of the best territory in the game. And once the Seleucids fall, the world is going to be our oyster. We've got all of Arabia. I suppose we might just try and finish off the Egyptians. We might be bumping up against the Romans. Sparta seems to be the predominant power in Greece. Still got Pergamon to the north. Luckily we've allied with them. We've still got the Kingdom of Kush, which seem quite big now though too. They had that war with Axum, but they allied with the Seleucids, so they started chipping away against the Egyptian territory, so they seem a little bit stronger than what they would be. And then obviously we've still got the Seleucid client states to the east, the Parthians and the Persians. Okay, let's slowly but surely advance here now and get ready to start skirmishing against the Seleucids. So far we've got slingers. They're going to be fine. It'd be so much better trying to pierce those hoplites with arrow fire and a heavier shot, but we just don't have access to them just yet. We do have access to Syrian auxiliaries with the other army, but not just yet. Okay, so they're starting to close the distance here now. We're starting to skirmish, putting some dent in their armor, I suppose. Just be a little bit careful, guys. Okay. But so far... you need to be way further back. I want to see them just shuffle past these desert pikes here. Levies are pushing into it. Oh, solid hold there. Okay, so 5 seems to be ideal. We've got more here because this is a 40 unit fight. Okay, so we haven't committed all my axemen here, so let's flank with them. And maybe we're better off having axemen against like Seleucids and Greek armies, but maybe against Romans we need better swordsmen. But we've managed to... Oh my god, we're doing so well here. Those cavalry is just smashing into us. Their pikes are going to be better than ours though. So we need to be quite mobile. I'm not going to lie guys, I am really, really enjoying the Nabataean unit roster. I've kind of slept on this faction a bit. It's really cool. Playing as a ancient Arabian kingdom sort of pre-Islam, eh? They're more sort of similar to the Sassanids, really. Even Saba too, being even further south would be quite cool. You don't tend to see like a green sort of faction. Okay, let's give out some attack orders here and try and wrap around. My pikes are getting chipped away a little bit. These axemen seem to be absolutely goated. We're doing still quite well because we're fighting in and around the desert. Once you move into the lands of Asia Minor, we're going to have some difficulties, I suppose. But here we go. Alright, let's give out some attack orders there. And let's try and flank around with these skirmishers too. Start hitting them from the sides and rear. Well, my front is now buckling, which is not exactly what we want. Do we really want 9 units pushing up to there? Okay, let's give out some attack orders. Alright, push into that. There we go. Okay. Nice, that's going to be good. Yeah, that's going to get them start wavering. Nice, seeing those skirmishers hit them from the side and rear. Perfect, perfect. Okay, the left side has capitulated now, focusing still on the center. Make sure everyone's got attack orders. Now, those skirmishers are still holding against me though, so let's try and move that there. There we go, there. Nice, 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 nice.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display. One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Jeez, so this is one of their last main armies, crushed and destroyed. The center has buckled. Oh, nice. We've got a brave Seleucid hoplite here going against a Nabataean Chad.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Nice. Or a Nabataean Chad. Okay, let's continue just to try and run down as many of them as we can. Now, we only have like 1 desert cavalry unit, unfortunately.
The enemy general is
because the only cavalry got access to are lights. To be fair, I reckon we've probably got some pretty decent heavy cavalry eventually. We haven't needed it though. Maybe if we betray Pergamon. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to. They're massive now though. It might be worth picking apart others. But even now, this is a really cool situation because we don't necessarily have to go to the Far East. I think it would be smart. If we can get all of the bottom right-hand corner of the map fully under our control, we're just laughing through the amount of security we're going to get. Okay, let's end that one there. But yeah, we could just like, you know what, let's go against Carthage. Take all those lands and have a empire spanning the bottom half of the map. Oh wow, only 900 lost. One of those pikes got 300 kills, 105, 201. Axeman did pretty good too. So we just had a 9,000 man battle there against one of the heirs of Alexander, just outside Alexandria. Interesting. Watanatus dies with me. Nero, okay. Skirmishers did okay. 113, 5931 against the levies. They just don't have the armor piercing capacity. Hitting from the sides and rear, yeah, it opens it up, but we're going to get to the stage in the campaign where we need to have armor piercing units with those arrowheads. But so far we are mastering the deserts here. They've taken Hormuz too. And we need to push down the River Nile. Maybe even to, what is it, like modern day Sudan, Ethiopia, I guess? Or it's more like Eritrea, isn't it? Okay, so who else do we have access to? Oh, we can trade with the Egyptians again. Why did the trade stop though? I'm not entirely sure. We have a defensive alliance with them. I thought we had a military. No. So now we can switch that. Why have they found Syracuse? Oh, Syracuse borders them? That's bizarre. Oh, they have a defensive alliance with Rome. Huh. Okay. Does that mean we're going to find the Romans now? You'd think so. Hang on. Trade wise. Nice, we found Rome. I can't imagine they're going to like us though. No. Expansionist, and so are we. We're steadfast at the moment. Not aggression, I'll get that signed though. Armenia. Still about.
Let us use our time together in wisdom and seek.
Let's try and get non-aggression and trade with them. We could go against them potentially.
For he trusts my
Just pretty far away though.
Do not expect the good wine to ease your parched throat.
Oh damn, I can't just offer Rome heaps. Wait, 8,000 for trade. Will they accept? Yeah, bugger that.
Command.
Okay, I suppose we move back to Alexandria here, just in case it gets attacked, because it's a little bit vulnerable. We do have those naval units coming. Oh, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a second navy out here, and we're going to go scouting around Europe, try and find the Iberian kingdoms, Carthage, maybe even the factions in Britain to get trade to, and just go full-blown trade economy. We have some of the best resources in the game, so it'd be foolish not to. Okay, so Dora, Edessa are going to have public order issues for now. Okay, unfortunately Dora rebelled, so we're going to have to go deal with that. And we're going to need to make sure that Dora doesn't get taken by Pergamon. Okay, let's move you to Tyrosh and just try and get some more units here now. Nice. Okay, so can't intercept that army. Memphis is now under our control. Do I try and move out here? Okay, so we're gonna have to manually fight this one. There. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. They're gonna bring in their reinforcements. Let's fight it. And then this should be nearly the last of the Seleucids. I guess we just give chase. We need to make sure they don't rally up. Now, one of them is in a force march position. So they will be a little bit more exhausted. Okay, so unfortunately they are going to have time to unite up. They might be winded in the process though. Let's try and move you around here. Okay, so let's move up. This is going to be a really tight battle, actually. I don't know if we're going to win this. Only because our units aren't exactly at full strength, to be exact. Okay, let's advance. Go to here. Okay, whoa. Those cavalry got a little bit close. They're citizens too. Oh, and they got elephants. Oh, they're only Indian, but still. Move to here. Okay, keeping my axemen in reserve. We might be able to bring a lot of them down, maybe. Oh, no, this is where we need fire and stuff. 24. They've turned sideways. And now they've turned and moved back. Okay. Oh my god, they've got 3 units of elephants. I think I might lose this. They got so much cavalry. Alright, hang on. If they start cycle charging, damn. Okay, take them. To be fair, if we do get a Pyrrhic victory or they get one, we are going to be able to still get the secondary army against them. We just need to start chipping away at them. Okay, so those elephants have gone berserk now, but they're not very heavily armored. They're not like those Syrian elephants they have access to. So they're now crashing upon Nabataean pikes. Yeah, make sure they just don't cycle charge the general there, though.
Our general is under attack.
Okay, let's advance. Wrap around this
One of
way.
our units has used all its ammunition.
Oh god.
One of our units has used all its ammunition. One of our units
Okay,
has
we're
used all
holding
its
them now.
ammunition.
They got chariots there too. Let's give out some attack orders. It looks like we've actually dealt with their elephants. For the most part. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, this is tricky. Hang on. If we just had our units a little bit more healthy, eh? Okay. I'm just clicking on every single unit, making sure they've got an attack order. They are wavering. I think it's because they're knackered.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
These skirmishers are killing us though. I think it's the axemen that are really holding.
An entire unit has perished.
Yeah. Hang on. Go for that general unit. Okay, let's just stop. Let's not let the pikes there.
Our men flee
Oh my
the
god, we
field
actually
of
held?
battle. This is a shameful
Okay, so
display.
now my axemen are starting to take the brunt. You need to move up now. Get the pikes to hit them. Oh my god. Okay. I think we're just going to win this one by the skin of our teeth. We can't allow my general to die, although that's GG's. Oh god, we held so well. They're actually cutting me well though. All those units I committed up there. Jeez, no, move out, move
Our
out.
men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Oh god. We just don't have cavalry to run down those archers. The thing is though, the light cav are just so poo, so it's like... Oh, we've caught them there at the edge of the map. They were going to kite us big time though.
Is dead.
Okay, hang on, move. Oh my god, these Eastern Slingers are still holding up so well against these axemen. What the heck? Damn. Got to give it to the Seleucids. This is probably our best fight against them, this second army. Oh my god. Making us work
The battle is turning in our favor.
for Alexander's former lands. This successor territory is hard to grab, eh? Let's end it there. Pyrrhic victory, yeah, that's an understatement. Thankfully, the Kingdom of Kush didn't come in and help them. God damn. Yeah, maybe because they were in defensive position, they might have had some help technically. Alright, let's wipe those generals out that have respawned. Is the garrison going to come in there? Yeah, it's annoying. We're going to need... Oh, hang on. What I can do is I think I can block it. Yep. If I blockade, I should be able to hit that army on the outside in theory. Maybe? Or actually, I'm going to take a risk and force march you up here, I think. I could have gone after that army. Annoying so bad. Let's get some Egyptian units there. Elephant's fine. I suppose I just blockade for now. Okay, still got this other Seleucid army here. More reinforcements coming. It's gotten to the point now we've got such huge swaths of territory that we need more armies to defend it. And now we border with Cyrenaica, who are doing okay. A Greek colony here in modern-day Libya / Tunisia, I suppose. Okay, they've attacked me here now because they're going to drive that garrison. That's fine. I'll flee back. Okay. Maybe I should have fought that, actually. Because it would have been a naval battle. We might have had the upper end. Because we've got ballista. We don't have infantry, though. Media wanted a non-aggression pact. I'm going to accept that because we haven't pushed into Mesopotamia yet. And I don't know how long this war is going to be against the Seleucids still, technically. Okay, let's push back into Dora. Take it from the rebels there. And maybe we need to change things. Not to mines. It's just, we're not going to have desert nomad culture there anytime soon. More axemen coming too. Just need to make sure this doesn't hit Alexandria. If it does, it's going to be annoying. We might just permanently need to keep an army in Jerusalem. Okay, let's go with a desert nomad shrine there. Start growing our culture. I don't know where the Seleucid army went. Okay, so let's attack with that though. Let's move in here. Oh, it's pushed further back. And then we'll get the army to force march from Memphis. And then we should be able to take it. Yep. Cool. That'll stop that other army there. And then what do the Seleucids even have now? Oh, they've got that army down south in the River Nile. Yeah. Agulia. Oh no, Aglia. Yeah. Why does Syracuse have that? Oh my god. Okay. Rome has moved into North Africa. I did not anticipate that. At this time period, Carthage has fallen. And it looks like the Syracuse and them are dominating the Western Med. Okay. Trade-wise, we're getting 4,000 per turn. Lead, spice, dyes, oil. We're just trading most of it out here now. They want me to join that war against Cyrenaica. Cyrene. No. I don't think so. I don't want to open that front just yet. I actually don't mind having the Nasamones, them in Egypt there, acting as a bit of a buffer state between me and that Syracuse Roman bloc. Interesting. It's like they've sided with the... They didn't want to take Syracuse and they've allowed the Greeks to help them out in their conquest of North Africa, which is fascinating to see. The Greco-Roman alliance forming up. A noble death, okay. Thankfully, we've got a lot of family members. Oh, there's even like a Hellenic support contingent now that we're getting so big. Okay. But looking good overall now. Fantastic. Okay, spies-wise, got agents operating. You're moving about. Got a full stack there in Dora. Another one on the way in Jerusalem. We're wielding 6 armies or so now. We can get noble swordsmen there, which are very expensive. I think we're better off getting the pikes though, aren't we? The heavy archers we want to bring in though. But the noble swords look very good. Small army there in Tyrosh. This is going to cost a lot. At the moment, we're still very, very competitive with the axemen and those pikes for now. I guess we focus on getting phasing out those pikes for spearmen because they're going to act as the same function, essentially. I think that's what we're probably going to want to do. Okay. I might get you moving, actually. I was going to recruit those archers there, but you're probably better off coming south. And maybe we need an army in Jerusalem permanently. Is it like Bithynia there? Yeah, then we get a bunch of archers. Recruiting them, we'll spread them out. What? Oh my god. Okay, Rome has attacked a slave army has attacked Thapsus, and we're just sailing past. So we're going to decline. Could you imagine the story, just seeing that battle on the water as you go past? Okay, so they're going to flee back. The thing is, the Nile's navigable in Rome too. Hang on, if I move this here... Oh, that's cool. I'm going to fight this one manually, just because we can have a naval battle in the River Nile. How cool is that? Let's do that. Alright, so the Nile looks like the open sea. And now I can test how Nabataean ballista and catapults are. So, in theory, you should be able to just sit back here and have a field day. They are only transport ships, so we just need to stop them from getting close to us. And then what I'll do is I'll press insert on my keyboard and we'll start manually firing them. Because we are playing my mod, it is not essentially fully nerfed like it is in DEI, Dividend et Impera. Okay, so let's move up and I'll try and get some shots off as best I can. Okay, so first off the bat, not looking good. Just going to go right side. Let's have another shot. Shall we? Nice, that one's just been cleanly done. Maybe we just let the AI take control. That ship has now been sunk. Let's send the Seleucids to the bottom of the crocodile-infested Nile. If it's not the crocs, it's the hippos. If it's not the hippos, it's the hyenas. Either or. Okay. We're going to try and target the general ship there now. That's looking good. Nope. Let's go again. That's going to clip it. No, it's not. Readjust. Come about. Oh my god. I am just whiffing constantly. Luckily the AI is hitting for me and I'm going to miss again. Maybe I need to hit that. That's an easier angle for me to hit. Oh my god. As I say that. There we go. Boom. Chakalaka. That's now gone. That should be a good hit too. Nice. Got it. And try and hit this one at the back. Am I going to go 3 for 3? I think... Oh, not quite. That one's good though. Nice. And that's them gone. I do think these guys were maybe in a force march too. Alright, let's just continue on. And this should be the last of the Seleucids. I feel bad for them. They did so well. If they just stabilized that territory that they took, they would have been in such a healthy position. Oh, I don't think we can get that last one. Unless there's going to be a shot from the gods there. Oh, it's just falling short. Oh! Because it should just end if someone can hit it. Nice, someone got it. Nice. Heroic victory. Okay, so now I know that our navy can be busted. So that means we can probably look to take some Greek islands. Maybe Cyprus. Maybe Crete. I guess Rhodes too is now a potential option. Okay, so let's push down now against the Seleucids and try and finish them off finally once and for all. Alright, 221 BC. We're starting to get to a point of the campaign where larger empires are starting to forge and form, which is fantastic. I've also got access to medium units, and I guess like the late tier through the mercenary pool of the Syrian heavies and the...
From chaos we all sprang, and to
The what? The elephants too, I suppose. Okay, so let's push into the last of the Seleucids here now. Finish them off finally, once and for all. And now we border with the Kingdom of Kush. I suppose they're probably the last faction that we're going to want to go deal with. Okay, pushing into the Western Mediterranean now. Hopefully there's just a bunch of Iberian kingdoms still about, so we can just get access and trade with them. Okay. We're at war with Sardis? When did they declare war upon me?
Speak if you must, but know that
Oh, okay. Rome hates us, but I just want to try and get as best relations with them because they are obviously the major danger in this campaign. If Rome was to unite against us now, especially having North Africa, we're going to be in worries. Alright, but now as you can see, the kingdom, hopefully soon to be Empire of Nabataea, controls Egypt. And a decent chunk of the bottom of the map. Yeah, Syracuse has such like weird little pieces of territory everywhere. But we control the Great Pyramids, Alexandria, a whopping 84% of the Senate. We've got our third faction leader here now. Going to try and bring more of those in. But at the moment, we have a fantastic array of future generals and commanders from both sides of the tree. And we'll be able to get them fighting. But Petra is our capital, and now we're just trading out. We're in such a solid position. Just looks gorgeous there. The ambient sounds and noises. Okay, so we've moved south here now, ready to mobilize against the Kingdom of Kush. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 armies here now. I've also refitted them with archers, Syrians, no, just our Nabataean heavies. The Syrian archers are way over there. Carthage has fled to Iberia by the look of it, and this is what we control. So the Seleucid kingdoms are sort of to the west. Pergamon has this outcropping. So we're getting to the point where we can't really go west anymore, which is a little bit annoying. We've got the Egyptians there as a buffer state. Oh yeah, Cyrenaica fell. Look at this. There's like 3 Roman armies there, which is massive. So unfortunately we have a land border now with the Romans, which is frustrating. So let's just hope they don't push against us. Cyrenaica is like fighting it out with them at the moment, but hopefully the Romans focus westward rather than east. I will negotiate with the Egyptians to try and join their war. Although they're a one settlement faction, because they are a major power, they're still really strong, and they've got a lot of armies there, so it's still not a bad idea trying to keep them on side. We could just move in and wipe them, but I think it's probably better keeping good relations with them, along with the Greek world, same with Pergamon, and we can use them as a buffer state. So let's now push against the Kingdom of Kush, and we'll take all of the lands of Egypt here. Secure this, this iron mine is crucial because we can get access to my units having better quality armor, get access to a blacksmith, and then we can get iron plated swords and steel, not steel, swords and stuff. And my Imperium's now gone up to, yep, so there's a iron mine here, ironworks. And we do have the money to now pay for those additional upgrades. It's like straight up worth armoring our units now because they're silver chevrons at the end of the day. So we can still continue justifying rotating these units in and around instead of just going to the next tier. Having just a slightly additional armor buff will be great. Okay, so then we'll send the other armies eastward. I think we'll focus, 2 full stacks down against Kush. We've just wiped out an army there, which is pretty good. And then hopefully this isn't too overly complicated of a war. We should have an easier time against the Kingdom of Kush than the Seleucids in theory. Okay, And I guess we'll make plans and preparations to go against Media, push against the Persian kingdom of Mesopotamia. Okay, so they've only got 2 pieces of territory down here in the province of Ethiopia. I guess this is more like modern day Eritrea, Sudan. It's a little bit too north to be Ethiopia, I guess. These garrisons are not strong at all. They should have some pretty decent units because... Oh, there's an army. Okay, so yeah, they've got like a decent army roster, but they also should have some experience too. They fought Axum for a bit, sued for peace. Yeah, there we go. The Beasts of Burden. I want to see what that army's like, because even that general's got some renowned, a little bit. Okay, so that's going north. We'll give chase to that. And they did have a war with the Egyptians at some point. Maybe playing as the Kingdom of Kush at some point too might be fun. But so far, really enjoying Nabataea. Okay, let's move the navy there just in case the Romans attack. And we'll look to go east. Oh, okay, so that we're actually going to lose that iron mine we just acquired, which is annoying. That means we could really upgrade our troops down there. There's no point of setting like up a recruitment zone there and ferrying them up. Master of Commerce, sure, let's recruit you. Nice. So we can actually get water tanks in and around our settlements. We're going to need to put them in because sanitation now is going to be an issue as we've got access to such large cities and we've got the money to pay for it. So let's look to do that. Okay, let's just try. Oh, they've got another army there. I was going to say we should just teeter into there. Kind of want them to attack me. I can siege. Oh, but they've got upgraded swords. What? Rutroll. And they've moved there too. Oh, okay. So Kush are just really going up here now. I might have bitten off more than what I can chew. Hubris has just cost me here. I thought 2 full stacks would be enough to go against Kush, but they're doing better than me. They're just spamming swordsmen. They're probably... Actually, I think they've got a better army roster at the moment than what the Seleucids did by the time they got crushed. Let's go with Civic, because we're really focusing on building up this empire now. Armies-wise, we're not struggling. Okay, I just want to redo this. Unfortunately, Hatra fell to Pergamon. Oh, I guess it's okay, because we can now move through those lands freely. And then we'll push for the Hanging Guardings of Babylon. We already have Edessa, yeah. So we want to try and take Seleucia, Babylon, and the rest of Mesopotamia there, and then just go east, I think. I guess we fight this one in a siege, annoyingly. Okay, so thankfully we've got a bunch of siege equipment, but this is going to be such a brutal siege. So the Kingdom of Kush has actually decided to sit back, and we're going to have to manually bring it to them. Yikes. My axemen aren't going to be able to go toe-to-toe with their swordsmen. They're going to be able to outbeat me. We might just be able to skirmish them out a bit. But this is exactly what you don't want. Fighting a region capital. We've got enough ladders, but we're fighting with axemen. They didn't come out. Do I want to try and wait them out here? Or try and do it? We'll see how we go. Especially when they're both armored, these two. They're also going to have arrow towers in their favor. But here we go. First major siege of the series. Damn. This conquest of Kush is going to be a little bit more complicated than what I would anticipate, I think. Okay, so my Nabataean archers are starting to shoot up and over the top. Damn. Some of these guys are dripped out in Nabataean gold. Damn. Okay. My archers are putting some pretty decent pressure, though. Which is great to see. Why are they coming out? With their archers there? Quickly, just like get a volley off. This is gonna just straight up wipe them. Try and shoot through the gateway. I think they've bugged and they're moving out, which is fine, but you should be able to still hit them there. Okay, so now they've attached. Let's give out some attack orders now. We're nearly better off just trying to get at least one arrow tower under our control. Turning it against them. They seem to move out tribesmen. I don't know why. Now they're just wasting units. I just turn my archers for a split second and liquidate them. Maybe if we get some ground on the walls too, we should be able to rain fire and death upon them. Okay, so here we go. Fierce fighting is now breaking out on the walls. Far out. I feel like the Kingdom of Kush is putting up more of a fight than the Seleucids now in the end, playing absolutely to their strengths. Sitting back in a region capital. Infantry deep. Send one army off to try and chip away at my others. I was assembling those 6 armies, not to all go into Kush, but to like send 2 at least and allow the rest just to rally up, get everyone, make sure to have archers and just rearrange slightly, but yeah. Oh, wait, we can't shoot down into there now? That's bizarre. Okay, let's reform this. I was only ever going to send 2. Because in my head... Well, this maybe is like pre-Desert Kingdoms, eh? I knew in DEI it can be a bit of an undertaking, but I didn't think in my mod it would be. Okay, so on this part of the wall we're doing okay. We're actually surging down in. Let's give out some attack orders here and hit those archers. Still 50-50, still quite close this fight. Let's move my archers up on the walls. Somewhere here. If we can get this arrow tower under our control. Some of them are starting to lose a lot of their ammunition. We still do have 5 pike units. Oh.
One of our units has used all
This is
its
going to be
ammunition.
way too close for my liking. I think we're definitely going to have to get our archers to fight into melee. So, unfortunately, we've got a army probably straight up being wiped here now. Okay, so they're going around the back there. Okay. So be it.
The men are wavering.
4 units there, yep. Let's attack. Nice. Maybe we need to move the general a little bit higher up. Actually, we probably can keep him in reserve. We might need to move him in, actually. He is such a good unit. Probably what we've got access to now. Some of the best we got, generals-wise. Okay, so we just need to get these towers under our control. I can still see this being winnable, but we can lose this too. It's very up in the air, this fight. Okay, so we've got that arrow tower now under our control. My archers just need to start peppering these units down. Yep, so like now, if they're turning their back and sides, hit them. Okay, so then we've got some units just like going after them. That's fine. Get the arrow. Go for the general there. And then I guess the infantry. We can't lose that arrow tower. Okay. My axe infantry has all but certainly just been crushed. Still got a unit of cavalry. Not going to be able to move that in, which sucks. Or do anything much with it.
The enemy general is dead.
The general's sitting fresh though. Okay, focus on that if we can.
Flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Jeez, I think we've lost this.
Flee the field of battle. This is a shameful. Our men flee the field of battle. This
I don't
is
know
a
how.
shameful- Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display. An entire
We're going to come
unit
back
has
from this one.
perished. An entire unit has perished.
There's just too many units inside. Oh well. Welp.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
So... Oh, I don't know. I've got that unit there. The general unit, though. He's looking still pretty fresh. Unless we just go up there and sit in a formation. They might attack me?
Our general is under attack.
Hang on. So, I'll buff them.
An entire unit has perished.
So, hey, we just crushed that. If we can get the cavalry in, that could change the tide, too. Hold up. Okay, let's let my... like... super heavy general unit come in. Okay. Go against the Numidian spears. Shaken. Okay. They're like fresh. Okay, one down. Yeah, my guys look really, really heavily armored. These nearly are like auxiliary Western Roman Empire looking units. Numidian spears crushed there too. There's just not too many of them there though.
An entire unit has perished.
Okay, so we have lost some units to be fair, yeah. But what have they got left inside? Oh, hang on. My general might be able to come in clutch here. Come on, come on, come on. Nice, they're wavering. Go against the... they're just archers. Oh. God damn. Oh my god, look at all... oh no. My heart hurts. Look at all those silver chevrons. Archers gone. Axemen gone. General came in clutch. My god. They only outnumbered us by 1,000 too. God damn. We are going to be successful against the Kingdom of Kush. We've destroyed their queen. Oh my god. Look how many swordsmen they had in there too. Yeah. The spears, not so good. God damn. What a brutal fight that was. Just need a breather there for a second. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 general unit, 6 spared. So they had an archer unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Numidian spears. 2, 4, 6, 8. They had 10 units of their sword infantry. Yikes. We only had 246 remaining. They had 145. God damn. Okay, so then we got that other army dealing with the army in the north. Phew. I would like to loot it, but I'm going to straight up occupy because I know I need to get the replenishment. I can't afford not to. And then now we border with Axum. We can't use the diamond mine there in Ethiopia. That sucks. Okay, let's try and continue against them. Put a unit down in there. Try and retake that iron mine. Okay, just gonna have to be a little bit wary of the Egyptians there. We don't want them to gain any of that territory I hard fought for. To be fair, it's probably they got a better claim to the territory. If we're being honest. Oh, well, they might help us there. That river's gonna help us. Huh.
I speak with honest
So
and
Kush
honorable
are open to bending the
I
knee
demand that you listen with
and becoming my
equal
vassal.
honesty.
No. Oh, okay, that's cool. So they're gonna try. Oh, damn. Alright, we're gonna have to play this one. A 3-star general too, and or more of those Numidian swords. Alright, let's go. Let's fight this one against the Kingdom of Kush. They attacked me during the end turn phase, so I'll just chuck a quick save there. The last thing we want is a game crash. I'm gonna literally move up towards this high ground here. Go into formation, and then we'll try and move some of these axemen around. We want to get my archers in the best possible position. and start raining death upon them. So thankfully for me, looking at the terrain of this battlefield, we've got a really nice juicy piece of high ground here. And we'll get everyone to sit in formation that they have, and then we'll chuck a guard mode into so they don't move an absolute inch. And they have to wait for the two armies to rally up to. But they know if they can probably crush this army, the conquest against Kush will be delayed, or we're just going to have to delay the invasion into Mesopotamia. I think numbers-wise, we definitely had enough, but their units are just very, very good. I'm impressed as to how well the Kingdom of Kush are performing. Okay, let's move there. And you sit in a formation. Don't need to use heavy shot just yet. Still happy with the standard shot. We're not fighting elephants or anything, so we don't need like whistle or spear, flame. What's this? Oh, a wolf. Wolves riding up against us. Is that an omen for the Romans coming? But here are the Nabataean pikes holding firm, uniting Arabia, battle hardened against the Seleucids. Here come the hordes of Kush. Okay, I'm actually going to move my general up. Sitting further back is probably better for him, but he might be able to just work a bit better. Hang on, so I need to move him out of formation for him to properly move. There we go, shield screen, now sit there. Yeah, so I can switch to heavy, which I'm not going to do. Frenzy charge, no. Make sure the entire army's in guard mode, yeah. Alright, here they come. So they have some skirmishes of their own. The Numidian spearmen are not going to be an issue. They're really great in auto-resolve, but in a manual fight, their numbers are the scariest bit. Okay, so now we're starting to skirmish against them. Fantastic. Nice. Let's hit the units that are going to hit the front line first. Oh, wow. Watch your head, lads. But here they come. Wow. Glorious is today. Hold the line, brave sons of Arabia. The sands run through your veins. Alright, cool. Okay, so their reinforcements are now coming. Some of the units are starting to waver. It does look like some of the axemen there were able to throw their skirmishes off. Peeler isn't the exact word. I guess it's just javelins. Okay, so focusing on the corners. Interesting. Oh, okay. Just got to be a little bit careful here because they're targeting my general. And those pikes took a little bit of a brunt. Okay, archers now. Damn. This unit roster is so good, I'm not gonna lie. Once you get to like those medium units, once you unlock these axemen, swordsmen and pikes, and now these heavy Nabataean archers, you basically unlock the faction at that point. You just need to survive those early turns. Don't try and anger the Egyptians or the Seleucids. Don't get dragged into a war with them. Our general has fallen. You got to be kidding me. That's not good. He's just been targeted by all these here. Okay, so go focus get my archers to focus against them. I don't even think I had him that far forward though. I thought it was fine. It's just there's so many. Right, we're actually at the point now we can just charge. Although we just got our general sniped there.
The battle is turning in our favor.
We still should be able to win this fight. Okay. So be it. Annoying. Life happens. Things are going to get costly down here in Kush. The cost of reef is going to go through the roof. Okay. Nice. And now they're in a full retreat. Let's try and run down as many of them as we can. Make sure we've got archers just trying to target units here. Let's just speed things up. Couple units hanging in and around that main line, eh? Cute. Decisive victory. Oh, only 640 lost. Damn. Spearmen pikes did well. Oh my god, 5. Oh, I thought it was 4-7 kill. I couple of these archers got 300 kills though, a couple hundred. Oh, the Palace Guard. The dude they just targeted him. Even that. Oh my god, I'm just really impressed of how well Kush are playing in this. Sometimes the AI is just dog water, but sometimes they can really pull things out the bag. Oh god, please Egypt. Okay, so we're going to have the first turn. Alright, unfortunately we're going to have to bring in another general. Thankfully we've got plenty of Nabataea nobles. Let's get another Palace Guard. Let's go with a public thing there. Oh god. No, I guess we could hire them. Yeah. Okay. The Arverni don't like us. Can't get trade with them. Are trading with some in Iberia. Getting 6,000 now. Importing a bunch. Lusitani, Tadani. Let's move you up to a more favourable position. Although we won, we haven't been able to take the settlement there. Can I bring the Egyptians in? Are you going to come help? Or he's going to sit there. Alright, let's push our advantage. Oh, they're building a navy there, which is annoying. Oh, we're going to move. That does not bounce. Doesn't that bounce that art? Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, they converted that religious building we had there. Oh, no, we can't. Oh, you got to be kidding me. I can't move back in there. So they might... I don't know. They might be able to take that. I've stuffed up there, I think. I still need to take that territory to the north again. Okay. I think it's time to go to war against Media. And take... Oh, wait, there's an army there. Wait, what? Well, that's straight up GG's for them then. So Pergamon, Egypt. I guess we'll talk to Pergamon and join their war. And then we'll try and take the rest of the province of Mesopotamia for ourselves. They're at war with Bithynia too. Yeah, so it's the Bithynia, Pontus, Pergamon coalition in Asia Minor. Which is the major players at the moment. Okay, so let's join that war against Media. Get a payment. Nice. And we're going to be able to just crush that army there. And I can move this one here too. Hang on, if I move you here, and then we're going to have 3 armies descending upon them. Perfect. Oh my god, there's just no way. 8,000 Nabataeans against 2,800 men of Media. Let's push into... Oh wow. Mesopotamia. And we should be able to take it too, straight up. Look at that, 99% in our favour. Let's march on in. Oh, whoa! Oh, I told you that can happen. That's the only issue with having elephants. They just get done in auto-resolve like that. Because at this point in, I guess like the total life cycle, they hadn't factored in like large entity units in auto-resolve. They do fix that in the Warhammer games, but not so much in this. Okay, so let's move further south. I don't know if these guys are going to put up much of a fight. They've been fighting with Pergamon quite a bit.
At your service.
Okay, so I guess I just get rid of these elephants. They're so expensive. And now they've just been destroyed. They're not just... It's actually just not worth it. Only visually. To have elephants is cool. Okay, so thankfully Egypt is going to finish off the Kingdom of Kush there. They were coming down to help, in quotations. They were coming down to rekindle lost lands. I don't blame them. They had an opportunity after we lost some territory. They want peace. No. Didn't even offer to become my vassal. Even then, it would have given me a thought. Okay, so... Oh, thankfully we are going to be able to get there before them. And then hopefully if we go aggressive, that should be the end of Kush. They might have an army somewhere. But, yeah. Okay, in the water. And then we've got Axum to deal with. They could have like a decent amount of forces down in the south too. But geez. This conquest of the Kingdom of Kush was definitely an undertaking. We've had a much easier time here in the east. Okay, so let's try and push you down south. I don't think we're going to get attacked or intercepted by anyone that strong. So just double force march there. And then we'll move this one into Mesopotamia. I probably just need to rejig this because a lot of this is just leftover skirmishes. It's because we've got a decent amount of skirmishes with silver chevrons here, as you can see. So I didn't want to disband them because we've just put a bit of work into them throughout the campaign, but the archers are just such a better quality unit. So let's move you there. Okay, so Media has attacked me here in my desert territory. I'm going to take the auto-resolve because it's not even a walled settlement. And we're going to get a good auto-resolve. I think that's a little bit cheeky. We probably should have lost that territory. Unfortunately, we lost a general here. I do feel like our general's a little bit squishy in this campaign. I feel like we're constantly relying on how large and vast our family tree is. We do have a family tree sub-mod, so that should help. And now we should be able to take this piece of territory and secure the crucial port of Mesopotamia now. And that should be the end of Media, one of the Seleucids' most loyal and valuable allies. I say loyal, they probably let Pergamon gain a bit of strength, to be honest. Nice. Okay, so the coalition with us and Pergamon is doing quite well. Now we've got access to the rest of their vassals. Kush is still there. Oh, I'm gonna... oh, they're at a force march. Yep. Well, or force sail, or whatever. Okay, we need to destroy them. Perfect. Alright. We've been depleted there with one of the armies. I suppose we move south because we want to try and get all of Axum under our control. Public order-wise, we're going to be okay because they are desert nomads, even though they should be different, really. The Carnutes up in modern-day Brittany, Normandy, want to trade. We can trade with Persia and Armenia. Oh, the Gaetuli, I should get trade with them.
Let us use our time together in wisdom.
Nice, and like we get these really solid trade agreements, and then sometimes they give me like 4,000 gold. Ridiculous. Okay, looks like Parthia is quite big now too. Probably want to move that army to Jerusalem. Oh, there was that wait, yes, there was a I thought it was Bithynia, but there was a Median army there too. Let's move to the border here too. We might be able to push into Susa, and we'll start our conquest, finishing off the last of the Seleucid vassals, because although they're probably not a threat to me, the Persians, the Parthians, those who bent the knee to the Seleucids in the east, now that they're free and independent, they still do not like me and covet my lands. And it's an easy win. We can logistically fight a pretty good war over there, because I feel like our western expansion has been stopped with the Romans here in Cyrenaica and Syracuse. We've got the Egyptians there as a buffer state. We can't really go too far north into Asia Minor because of the Greeks. Because as you can see here, we've got a really nice alliance buffering. The Greek, yeah, so Pergamon's just going a bit crazy there. So we've got Pontus, Armenia. I think we try and take all of this. So it's like Daria or Duran. Parthia. Rome's massive now too. Iberia, we can't really move there. I reckon Rome's going to take it though. But so far, still got a pretty cool looking kingdom. We're not quite an empire yet though. Alright, how well are we doing? So, Need to rebuild here. I wonder... What's the bet they've got like 3 stacks there? I'm hoping it's like 1, but I just don't know. Oh, actually, you know what? I could actually take Cyprus, Crete. I'm going to declare war upon Persia now. They've got so many allies there. They've actually allied up. Pergamon's at war. Pergamon's going to go there anyway. Pergamon is actually becoming a successor kingdom. Now that the Egyptians have been wiped. And the Seleucids. Interesting. Because Macedon doesn't really seem to be growing either. It looks like the successor kingdoms are just like straight up failing. Anyway, let's push into Susa. And start going into the lands of Persia. Okay, so it actually is just straight up owned by Persians. Tax inspectors. That's a pretty big building there, though. We're making 1,400 per turn, which is absolutely insane. I guess we just push over the border there, see how they react. So this is going to be interesting. They've also got that territory to the north. We do have a non-aggression pact with Medi... No. Wait, what are they? Oh, the Persian Medians, the other ones. Pontus wants negotiations, sure. I guess we could even go into Armenia too, up into the Caucuses. We'll see. So Bithynia is going to attack... oh, the other... Yes, right, okay. They're going to get rid of that media. From Mesopotamia, right. Okay, 5,000 for peace. No. It does seem like the Persians have become the predominant power here in the Far East. Okay, so let's try and take this territory here now. It's a pretty big army sitting there. A lot of cavalry. That's the concern. Against factions like Persia, Parthia more so. But they have really built themselves up since the fall of the Seleucid Empire. And we're going to... Oh, perfect. Perfect. Against Persia. We ambushed that army on the outskirts so it can't come in as additional reinforcements. And now we can just take this territory. Boom. And it's pushed it back too. It wasn't in a force march either. Let's trade. And... Oh, we actually probably could use that infantry tent to get more units here quite quickly.
How may I serve you?
I'm a little bit worried that potentially the Arabian Peninsula could get attacked. I think we're going to be okay though. Media Magna, they have some territory. Nissa is owned by Parthia. Oh, they've got a lot of armies here. Okay. We might need Pergamon help. We'll see how we go. Back down in Kush. Going to try and finish off Axum here, I think. I'm not going to call my allies just in case they say... Oh, I could say... No, I'm probably going to need Egypt. Oh! Oh my god. 40 units. Plus what? Oh, 5. Okay, I was going to say, if there's 50 units down there. Okay. I'm going to have to do a fort battle here. And then they're probably going to attack me. Oh, so we're just out of range of the garrison. Okay, so it seems like it's mostly just spears, but... I'm curious to see if they attack me here. I'm kind of itching. Come on, Axum, do it. They're going to do it. Okay, so 3,000 Nabataeans. Oh, perfect. Have drawn them out. Okay. If this was swordsmen, we're going to have an issue, but because they're spearmen, we're fine. We should be able to grind them. Okay, so I've just set my deployables down to... And thankfully, fort battles in Rome too are just so much better because obviously there's quite often only 3 prongs of attack rather than 4. And those arrow towers can't get burnt like Attila. So we have put down some flammable traps to deploy once they move on in. Oh, they just got levy spear. Oh, they're just straight up levies. They do have some Numidian ones though, surely. Yeah, there they are. Oh no, mercenary. Wait, they're mercenary Numidian spearmen. Huh. I guess Axum is slightly different as a faction, okay. Alright. Let's sit back, relax, get yourself some snacks, and enjoy this 10,000 man battle against Axum. And then that's it. That's all of this part of Africa under our control. We've got this southern eastern corner of the map knocked down except for the coveted lands in Persia. I don't want to go into the steppes because that would be disastrous for us. Okay, so they're starting to come around here now. Skirmishing well. It's probably time to activate those flammable traps soon, once we just get some volleys off into the main brunt.
Our general is under attack.
Because we're going to be able to get a good chunk of those archers done. Okay, focus on them. We need to wipe this first army before the second one comes. But so far, my pikemen are holding. Right, let's go to flammable now. Yes, it needs to be flammable, and we'll try and hit these brimstone pits. I don't know if they're going to be, yeah, that good overly compared to like Attila. I feel like Attila has better traps too. I think they've just got better traps and fire mechanics. This is going to drop their morale there, as you can see. Which, hey, it might cause a rout earlier. Okay. Continue to pepper them where we can. Nice. One of those archer units. Oh, it's nearly gone. Redirect everyone's fire. Get one good volley against that 25 and we should just decimate them. Nice. Alright, let's go against the tribal slingers. Oh, so they did have a push here. It's sometimes better to like not fully block yourself in with those palisades and caltrops and stuff. I just spread them out on the battlefield, so it just takes a little bit of time for units to wrap around. Okay, so they are just full on trying to send that fort still, which is fantastic for me.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
I was a little bit concerned about how the Nabataean pikes would perform, but they're actually doing so well. Still got a bunch of my ammunition left too. Okay, so here comes the secondary army. We've still got a fresh clump of units on that far left side in reserve. Okay, let's give out some attack orders there. Ooh, it's nearly like 2-3 waves. Wow. Cavalry's just coming in here now. Oh, that guy looked like Ghost Rider there on the left, or some of them do still look like that. Okay. They're still trying to push. We're doing okay though. We've lost like hardly anyone. My archers are doing most of the work though. Sounds about right. They're just full on going to town. They're working. Let's try and reform these guys slightly. They were going too far forward.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, so the skirmishers are what's going to be the concern, because the spearmen here, they just can't seem to break my pikes, but my pikes are just very, very susceptible to any amount of skirmisher or arrow fire. So we just need to make sure we hit them. Actually, you know what? I could just move my units on the left-hand side if we can't really break through volley-wise. But the more we can take out here, we should be able to just march on in and crush the last of Axum. There's only 3 units there, come on. Can we get some higher quality volleys, please? Yeah, no, just get out. Yeah. These axemen are just keen and ready to go. Now, should I just try and move them into a close position and not give an attack order? Because then it's going to straight up try and kite and outrun us. Actually, we'll just move my archers out. They haven't got any cavalry to threaten me. I could be peppering them from the left and right. Oopsie. Yeah, okay, so we'll just send 1 unit there. Hang on, go from this side. Yeah, watch this. Surely, if I get my archers just here, they should be able to just full on melt the rest of them there. Oh, okay, so they're getting hit there. Yeah, so in theory, yep. So we'll put pressure on the left-hand side there, so then now they're surrounded. And then if we get a couple decent volleys, just... Come on. Like, into that. They should just absolutely melt. Because look at this, they are not armored at all, and they're getting hit by the rear. Yes, we really do struggle to like try and run down these skirmishers. And they're going to hold quite well too. They're just so quick. Yeah, fire into that. Except for that unit that has no ammo. Don't do that. Fire into that. Yes. Speed things up. Oh my god, now they're just... Whatever. Okay, now they're starting to retreat. They did, but not exactly what I intended. There we go. Nice. Okay, let's continue and try and run down as many of them as we can. Oh my god, there's just so many clumps of them there.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Nice. That was a really cool fight. I'm impressed. Thankfully, they charged against me and didn't bring those decent swordsmen that they have access to. Okay, let's end that one there. Heroic victory. Ooh, look at that. 746 kills for one of those units. Damn. Absolutely crushed them there big time. How many remaining? 992. We captured more. Alright. There goes Axum. And now we've taken those coveted southern lands. Trade agreement dissolved. Trade agreement with the Domini. The Arverni still don't want trade. Oh, it's because they're full on at war with like the Belgae and others. Oh, okay. we can ambush the Persians here in a fight. Let's do this. Yeah, let's have a battle. The Battle of Hermosi. Okay. Charge on in. Let's take down that Is there an influencer called that name? It's a similar name, I think. Oh, wow, okay. Just need to give out multiple attack orders there. Okay. So, didn't anticipate to be fighting in the lush fields of southern Persia here. We're not going to get our desert bonus fighting, but we should be able to crush and intercept a Persian full stack here as we push further into the lands of Persia and conquer it for the desert Arabian kingdoms.
Our general is under attack.
To be fair, they've actually formed up quite strongly here. Persia and Parthia. We're under the yoke of the Seleucids, and they've carved a decent little kingdom and identity from them. But, unfortunately, a united Arabia is coming after them. So we're still a kingdom technically at the moment. I'm still keeping an eye on when we can actually become an empire, just to call ourselves that. Looking at the bonuses, I think you're nearly always better off staying as a kingdom. Maybe it helps with corruption, because empire maintenance becomes a pretty annoying thing, but I usually can counteract that quite quickly. Alright, let's end that battle there. Decisive 1-2. Oh my god, 3-4-3. Crushed. Yeah, so Pergamon is really coming in over here to help us out. Oh, they've moved back to Hermosia, so we're not at war with them. Okay, so let's crush the Persians here. Yeah, want to fight them in the open field. We don't want them to sit back in these massive pieces of territory. And then further north. Nice. So we've taken a nice, decent chunk here of Persia. Right, let's finish off the last of Axum and continue to push into Persia. So I think we just pick off the Seleucids' various vassal states one by one. Okay, so we should be good now. Oh, hang on. Wait, oh, because there's no garrison, we can just go on in? Okay, and now can I hit that army? Yeah, okay. Alright. Oh, we're so lucky. Quite often that doesn't happen, where you just like wipe the entire garrison. Ooh, we've got access to the gold mines there. We need to get to the next tech though. Why did the tax rate stuff, why is that so high? I guess it makes sense because of the gold that they have access to there, but I feel like we've probably got better quality buildings now.
Ready for battle.
Okay, we can pay 13,000 gold to Rome for trade. It's one of the only factions we haven't traded with, and it might get them off our back. It's not like we need the money now, because we're going to be able to offset this. Look at this. We're probably going to be able to get like a couple thousand from the Abdani here. The ancient Irish. No. Maybe the Iceni. So we're going to make that money back. We have probably just given the Romans a massive war chest now. But we're making nearly 12,000 per turn. Just from trade alone. We're making 1,600 now. Alright. Damn, we've got a massive economy now. To be fair, we control the Silk Road trade nearly. Okay, I'm actually going to do a different plan here. Once we get some more of these heavy desert spears, I'm actually going to push into Crete. I think I'm going to try and take it with that navy. And I think we can too. We dominate the Eastern Mediterranean here. And because we've got those ballista and catapults, we should be able to like crush a full stack sitting in Crete. Okay, so Axum has now fallen. And we'll try and move that army back up. Nice. But essentially we've secured Arabia down here. Unfortunately, Persia's attacked us here in Susa. They've snuck around me there. As you can see, those units are in a forced march. Because we're moving up there. Carthage, the trade agreement has been dissolved. Annoying. Oh, we've got so much money now. We're at the stage where we need to upgrade our settlements. Let's move this army back up to Egypt. And let's get this army now to head to Cyprus, I think. I want to see if I've got some better cavalry there or something. We've got access to mercenary Egyptian infantry. Let's grab them. Then we've got a full stack there. Alright, cool. And let's double time to Crete. Yeah, so Rhodes has fallen to Pergamon, unfortunately. Okay, so we are well and truly still in a war with Persia here. They've still got so many armies. We've got some here sitting in Mesopotamia, so we'll try and swing them around the border. Okay, that's a pretty good odds there. We'll bring in these skirmishers. What is it sitting at now? Okay, so that's like 99. I was trying to think if I should swing that other army around. No. We should be able to just crush them here. Not a complicated fight, this one. Susa has now fallen. They will have better quality armies that aren't stuck in the settlement. Oh my god, they allowed a slum to be built there? Are you kidding me? Alright, so now Persia's back under our control. Susa, let's actually go with the food there. We might actually get intercepted up here as we push north, I'm hoping. Foreign intrigue. A nobleman appears before me, wishing for safe haven. Sure, the lands of Arabia will give you diplomatic immunity. You'll be safe here from foreign prosecution. But yeah, let's do that. Let's give them safe haven. We've got 21,000 there and we can't even really spend it. I guess we could try and get some of these guys married off. That will cost like 2,000 or a couple each. But our family tree is just massive here now. Okay, so there's a full stack of hoplites there. And 10. You're moving north now. Okay, that's still better odds. Okay. You're recruiting more here, just on the border. Can you force march up there? Oh, you nearly can get there. You might be able to hit this. And you're still moving north to Egypt. Okay, so can they get in? No. Alright. Let's get rid of them. And take Riga. And now we're in Media Magna now. Let's try and break that down. I guess we go against the Persians there in the west. Now we're moving into the lands of Parthia now. Oh, they took Bam. Pergamon, annoyingly. So pretty big kingdom split between us and Pergamon. Okay, so thankfully we've got access to a blacksmith here, so we can upgrade these units again. Tier 2, so we get silver shields. And we don't have to send them all the way to Ethiopia for retraining. Okay, let's replenish there. Nice. Unfortunately, although the Parthians took Susa, the rebels are going to now take it now. We should be able to retake it here on the border though, from where we're recruiting from. Yeah, so like even though they took it, didn't really work out for them. Okay. I give chase, even though they were in a fortified position of trespass. Trying to move back. Okay. Let's continue east. These garrisons have nothing in them. Alright. So it fell to the mess gate there. Can we take this? And is this the last of this particular Persian faction? I hope so. So now we border with Parthia and the mess gate. I feel like the mess gate nearly have better looking, heavier cavalry than Parthia, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so Persia as a faction is no more. They've got no more pieces of territory. Well, they are still a faction, but they've got no land. We're still at war with Media down there. Mesopotamia, Media. Cool. Look, you know what? Let's declare war upon Crete then. And yeah, they're not at war with anyone. They're not got no packs. And we're going to be able to use this as like a trade base essentially. So hang on, I should be able to block the port and then move the army in. Yeah, because Sparta holds Athens. Interesting. Oh, whoa, there are so many hoplites there. Okay, so we'll get the army here. Control A. Can I? Yep. Yeah. If you press the sword button, it should land them. So then we don't have to move them over navally. And then we've got those reinforcements too. We've also got noble spears, which is nice. Cool. I would have liked to take Cyprus and Rhodes, but we're just going to have to go after Crete this time around. Nice. Normally, this island is absolutely fortified to the gill, but now that we've got access to all those catapults and scorpions, a lot earlier than what we would because we had that tier 3 building. Well, actually, it was thanks to the Seleucids, wasn't it, technically? They decided to put that building in place. We can't even construct our own tier 3 naval building at the time when this navy got constructed. Alright, so let's move them in and just try and rain hellfire where we can. Okay, so some units are going to disembark. That's fine. We'll try not to pay too much of attention to them. We've even got some additional infantry which can come over and help. But we basically just want to speed things up and rain hellfire on those hoplites. We could potentially push against Sparta, or maybe we subjugate them, I don't know. We're just coming to an interesting situation because we're getting to the stage of the campaign. I think we're like 80 turns in or so. We've got a massive trade empire. I didn't expect to be able to get this much trade at this point. We are making so much. We need to focus on civic. We just need to max out civic so we can have these awesome cities and settlements. We have well and truly become a massive power here in the Far East. Okay, so just firing on in now, those hoplites. Let's move those reinforcements in to try and rally up with the main army. And we'll try and essentially put these guys to work, whittle down those hoplites. So, thankfully now on that border of like Libya or Egypt, there is Egyptians and like Syracuse. There are Romans there, and there's a lot of them. We probably could win a war, but it's just not in our best position to do that just yet. We paid that massive 14,000 option to trade with them, because I was a little bit worried that they were sitting at red public order rating or red rating, and they're expansionists, so they do not like me whatsoever. So we've secured the south, going after Kush and Axum, annexing them, bringing them into the Arabian kingdom. I think we start chipping away one by one against the last of the Seleucid vassals, whether that be Easterners or... Why are the boats like getting cooked here? Hang on. Is it just the orders or what is going on? I do want to try and manually shoot with some of these because we're going to get some good shots, but just vary up the firing pattern slightly. I do want to go after the last of the Seleucid vassals, like annex Parthia completely, but we don't want a united Persian Empire against us. And then we sort of push up to the Caucuses and like the steppes in like what? We don't want to like venture into a modern day Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan. Don't want to go into the stands because the Mescates and the horse lords rule there. And the Caucasus maybe. Do I betray Pergamon? That's the thing. We've got a really good alliance with them. We have no relations with Pontus though. Same with Bithynia and Armenia. We might be better off conquering and chipping away at the sides of their empire, and then we like maybe order 66 them. Maybe. But even once we've got Crete here now, we could probably push into Greece proper. Do I sort of make this the size of and similar borders to the Ottoman Empire, but obviously not Turkic in nature. Arab. Okay. I don't think manually is working. Unless we're like point blank like here. Even the buildings are scuffing. Like that's better. But as soon as you get a shot off like that, it's going to keep on moving. These houses just needing to arc up and over it. Okay, that was a good hit.
Artillery ships reporting.
Yeah, sometimes you can get a good angle. I love how I mentioned that in this sub-mod, it's nowhere near as nerfed to the ground as it is in DEI, and I'm still whiffing my shots. Constantly. Okay, so we are putting a decent amount of hoplites out of the battlefield here, out of the game. But still nowhere near enough for me to be confident just to charge on in. Oh my god, I just wasted units there because we just got on such a high speed. Whoa. Putting on tier 3 and just having that quick load there, goddamn. Oh yeah, that's what we want. We want them like here coming to that. Okay, so we really do need like a big navy to secure the med here. This would be really good against Rome and Syracuse. Maybe we just need a massive navy to lock down this far eastern Mediterranean. They've moved up mob units there. Peasants, some javelinmen. They're wasting my ammunition, I guess. Nearly out of ammo now, though. Okay, so instead of getting them to disembark, what we'll do is we'll try and get those guys to move out. Withdraw. We don't want them to get into fighting. The ballista are just so much more valuable. And then soon we'll give the attack order. But yeah, we're going to have a nice piece of
One of our units has used all its ammunition. One of our units has used all its ammunition. One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Oh my god, they are point blank there. Blast them.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Okay, nearly out of ammunition with all my ballista. So I feel like we've softened them up enough. Swung the dial slightly, maybe. Okay, is it time to flood everyone in now? Right, let's withdraw those. The Navy's done its work. Alright, let's just reorganize you slightly. Pikes, noble spears. And let's bring Crete,
One of our units has used all its
and
ammunition.
Knossos under our control. The hoplites are going to hold well here though. Charge. And let's move everyone up like that. And swarm in. But I'm sure Pergamon and various other Greek states now are going to be a little bit wary with us. Because, yeah. Unfortunately, Rome has done really well against Carthage. In an alternate timeline, if Egypt was maybe chipping away at them in the west, we could have gone after them, but I would have liked to expand into the Iberian Peninsula, but what sort of happened is Gaul's gone down there now. They're massive. So, I think we halt that westward expansion, because thanks to the Romans. Focus on the Middle East, taking out the Persian lands, and then I think once we sort of get towards the steppes, stop against the Mesgate, and then swing back around and maybe hit Pontus and Armenia and maybe try and chip away at some of those Caucasus factions, and then I guess we betray Pergamon at the end. I don't know. We've been farming such good relations with them, and they've done so well too in their campaign. They dominated Anatolia, surprisingly. Maybe because the I don't know why they just went after the Seleucids. That's the thing. I guess they got the jump on the Galatians there. Okay, let's give out some attack orders there. So now we just need to start flanking, and we don't really want to be stuck in a hoplite fight for too long, because we don't have the skirmishes for this, and a good chunk of this army, maybe even half of it, is from naval cadets, naval units. Marines. Okay, just try and rotate there. If we get the... town square under our control, that would give us a bonus. But because we have such vision and access to the Eastern Mediterranean there, can see in and around Egypt and Jerusalem and such.
Our men flee the field of battle.
We were just able to just sail on up comfortably to Crete. I feel like sometimes when you do play as a Hellenic faction or one of the Greek city-states, that fog of war down towards Egypt and the Levant, you just can't see anything. Nice. Okay, so we've wrapped around brilliantly, so now they're going to retreat. They're breaking now. Oh, there's still a lot of units deep there, though. Just need to be a little bit careful in this push. Okay, so they've been crushed here, but we just need to move to the second tier now as we look to wrap around. My noble spears that I've chucked in have lost a decent chunk there. That's a little bit worrisome. Worrisome is the word. English. Simsy, do you speak it? No, mate, I speak Australian. Australia. With an S. Australia. Okay. Cool. Okay, so there's a general unit sitting back there. Oh my god. Although we are now winning, looking at the balance of power, they've taken a good chunk out of us. But we're going to be able to set this up as a trade node now. And a massive trading hub.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
We might even be able to invade southern Greece if we want. Maybe. Yeah, we need to make sure we wrap around that. Because it really isn't too much of a jump to Athens. Particularly naval if we want. Right, let's speed things up. I can't see them winning this now. They're just full on rounding everywhere. Nice. Let's end that one there. Close victory. Okay. Yeah, we lost nearly 1,200. Actually, it was actually... Wow. They had a decent amount. Numerically. It was an 8,000 man battle for Crete. God damn. 202 with the archers. Couple hundred each. Huh. The Egyptian infantry did well. It's great to see that we've actually conquered that territory. Now we're just using infantry from there. Okay. So they're done in now. Okay, so we lost one Nabataean pike unit in the end. And that should be the last of them. My Imperium's gone up now. I wish I could get access to more agents though, but to be fair, agents are just busted. Okay, so we still can't use tier... What is this? Tier 3 buildings? But some of the other factions can. To be fair, we are using a delayed research penalty, which is annoying. We can sit that there now though. And, oh, we've got access to... Oh, wow, we've got access to heaps of mercenaries now. Maybe it's better off using cavalry? Like some of their... Can't couple hundred isn't too crazy. Okay, I think it's probably not a bad idea to go against Media here. The next one, because essentially the last of Persia's been defeated. Oh, they're allied with Armenia though.
Be welcome, and
I can negotiate with Caucasus. Maybe we're just going to go into the Caucasus then.
Now we can drink and give thanks to
Yeah, let's just do that. Let's swing around this way. Wait, why did it... Well, it doesn't matter. Why isn't my other army in? We're still going to get a pretty favourable odds. And these guys literally have Eastern Spearmen. Alright, let's fight this one. Alright. So this is going to be a desert battle, so we will get that bonus. Only 3 pikes in this one.
Reinforcements approaching.
Not the perfect army build. So let's go against a different Media tribe. I would consider this faction the true Parthia, but so be it. Okay, so we're going to get over this sand dune, I would say. Just got to watch out for the sandworms. And the spice melange. Okay, right. Cavalry might come up against me here. Will they go into the pikes? They're thinking about it. Oh, they only just got their pikes down. Let's reform that. First battle against proper Media and Persia. It was like the fake Persia got bigger. To be fair, it's very much like the Byzantines, those various factions claiming to be the rightful heirs of Byzantium. You got Trebizond, Nicaea and whatnot. Alright. So, should be able to crush this first initial army. The thing is, I think that commander there, their generator, is the main commander of this fight. So if we can just somehow get rid of him, we're going to be able to just straight up win this. They're coming towards me now anyway. Oh my god, that Persian cavalry just melted. We've got a nice combination of skirmishers and archers there. Elite Persian archers, supposedly. Let's see how they perform. Move my general up where we can. Oh, I'm losing vision here in the desert. Push up and match that. Or they're going to try and flank against me. Wow. Alright, let's give out some attack orders there. Bit of this. I'll try and match that front line now. I just want to try and keep some of them in reserve. Okay, so that other one's moved back now. Alright, because the previous Persia faction is basically defeated now. So we're going to swing left here now and go into Western Persia. Might even go into Armenia. It's not really... they're even more westward though than what you'd think. Okay, let's swing those axemen around. So, I haven't got 5 pikes. 3 will do. We've got a lot more axemen, so we can be a lot more mobile in this fight. Those slingers are going to get some nice shots off. Slingers have like a higher fire rate, but they just don't have the impact in piercing. Against these guys that are not armoured whatsoever, they should be fine. Okay, yeah. So those guys are just pinned in place. So just pivot. They do have a worrying amount of skirmishes here though, and cavalry, so you just have to be careful as we advance. Let's reform you here. Nice. And let's give that an attack order there. Cute. Infantry is now crushed. Make sure they don't come back. Reform up. The enemy general is dead. Perfect. And let's give out some attack orders now. Okay. The thing is, it'd be good to have cavalry now, but up until now, we've just been focusing on infantry. We've been needing it for sieges more. Just to run them down like this, having some really, really good heavy cavalry. We just haven't had access to it. A light cavalry we were using at the start was very, very mid. Okay.
Our general is under attack.
Our general's under attack. That's okay. He's going to be able to hold because we've got proper noble spears now. Alright. For a combination of a garrison fight, that was pretty good. Pretty good battle. I was surprised with that. We just had to manually play it anyway. I wanted to get one good fight at least against proper media. Okay. And that will avert a costly siege. Nice. And now we're pushing into Media Magna. A coin maker. I think we got the library there now. This is going to look a bit better for us. Okay, let's move the champion in. It's just annoying because it takes a turn away once you embed them. Syracuse won a non-aggression pact. Oh my god, we didn't have one? We had one with Rome, which was their backers.
I will speak the
That media wants peace. Use fewer colours. Import more dies. Alright, so let's continue north. We're just going to crush them. They're in a force march. Can I even move this other army up? But they might... Oh, well, yeah, we'll just get it over a resounding victory then. Nice. Oh, what's going on there? Visually. A bit of a bug for some reason. Nice. And they should be done in. Yep. Oh, okay. I'm glad I played against them because we just swiftly dealt with them. Okay, so Armenia looks like a pretty big kingdom here. As we're moving now into the Caucasus, we can get 10 armies, so we might as well. We're making like so much money, so let's get some more under the way. Let's get an army in Alexandria.
I want hourly patrols.
Pikes,
Needs good fighters.
archers, and the axemen are still good. Like I could use the swordsman, but I'm just really vibing with the axemen. Alright, let's get another army here. Now in Tyrosh.
I want hourly patrols.
Pikes. Oh, I could switch it to spears. I feel like the pikes are doing good though. They don't cost me as much too. And we can invest it in buildings. Armenia and Pergamon have negotiated peace. Now we've got access to tier 3 buildings. Look at this. We can just literally go around to every single province and upgrade it. So then our cities are getting even bigger. I think we'll still continue down civic. Because we just have like an extra 1 or 2 turns on the research compared to everyone else. We are trying to offset it with tech. But this is what we currently control. Damn, so Sparta has taken Epirus too. That's a nice little blockage there. I guess we continue there. Mesgate is unfortunately pushing Armenia, Pergamon, Pontus. Okay. We're going to continue eastward against the last of the Persians here. So we want to make sure this doesn't threaten our spice trade there. Pergamon's still got really good relations with. I'm going to continue to farm it. So we'll do... Oh, unfortunately, we can't do that. Who else are you all with? Oh, literally anyone else. Egypt, Mesgate.
I'm honored to receive
It's interesting that they've pushed up against me, the Mesgate. I'm going to negotiate with them. Or I could just straight war deck them. Like, who cares? I won't call them. Because we're just right on the border here. Alright, let's take this port. Oh, okay. Can I bring up another army? No. Might be able to do that. Maybe we just need to siege them out. Okay. Unfortunately, a small Persian army attacked Susa, but we're able to defend it with a garrison. Oh, they've actually had another rebellion here. So, Persia is still not down and out for the count just yet. Still rising in rebellion. 2. And we just crushed them because our garrisons are nearly tier 3 now. Okay, so still sieging you out here. Pergamon has an army nearby. I don't think it's going to be able to assist. Oh, if I force march, I can take this now. Yeah, let's do that then. Avoid a costly siege. And we're going to share this with Pergamon. It's like they've taken the ethnic, like, sort of Greek regions. Get a water tank there too going. Nice. Alright, and then I suppose we're making plans and preparations to go against Armenia now. Go into the Caucuses. Maybe take out Pontus too. And then have a think about Pergamon. We nearly have a full stack in Alexandria now. Actually, I might change the recruitment structure of those. We're actually at a stage where we can get noble swordsmen and can afford them. Even though, surprisingly, the axemen have higher quality armor. So they'd be better for sieges in tanking arrow fire. Okay, so I've moved my forces up to the border of the province of Armenia now, and we're going to go after them. The block is between Pontus, Pergamon, and it does seem at the moment that the Caucasus are free and independent, Caucuses, and a couple of others, so we'll go after them. But this is what we currently own, and we have that alliance structure with Pergamon in Southern Asia Minor. Rightio, so let's go after Armenia, who are at war with whom? They are at war with Caucuses, surprisingly, so let's just straight up join that war. They've accepted, and let's march on in. So we should be able to secure that iron mine. There's a lot of accessibility to blacksmiths over here in the Middle East, which is fantastic. So we could even make the province of Armenia now as a recruitment hub. So a nice decisive victory there as we just run on in. Probably change that away from cavalry. Break that down. Probably break that tier 4 tax building too. And I suppose
Mischief.
we try and siege that out, and we'll get our spies to continue their work too. Nice. That military sabotage was successful. There's a lot of Eastern spears there, some Armenian heavies, so we'll just siege that out. Okay, so let's end the turn and continue. See how they react. Hopefully they attack us so we can manually fight that one. So we're going to try and gobble up. Okay, we're still at war with the Persians down here too. Want to try and finish them off. I suppose we go after Parthia next. Maybe Pontus. Probably go into the Caucasus, and then we'll make a decision about Pergamon. The thing is though, they're just so big, and they've got armies all throughout my territories. Having a coalition between them is just seems to be working for us. Oh, we also need to switch to a empire when we can. Okay, we've got a new faction leader too. A new king will rise, but thankfully my family tree is quite big now, so I don't think that's going to be a concern, a succession crisis or issues with our generals. Okay, let's try and bring you in. So Mesgate, fascinating. They've gone all the way south. I've never seen them into the heart of Persia. Oh, okay. I was actually not really wanting to go that far north into the steppes, but now they're actually occupying half of Persia, which is concerning. Try to make trade with them. Push into Pura now, try and finish the last of the Seleucid vassals. Armenia wasn't, but now we're just opening up that new front against them. Okay, let's try and swing you around. Move you here perhaps. Yep, and that will give us a higher and better quality order resolve.
Besieging settlement.
Okay, back up on the Armenian front. We'll bring on those reinforcements. Okay, so they didn't attack me, so I'm going to take the auto resolve on that. We've actually whittled them down a bit. I would much rather fight them on the field. I'm not playing that siege. Nice. Okay, so then they've only got this piece of territory. So thankfully we've kept them unaligned. They haven't joined any faction, so we can just run and cut them down. I am going to trespass Pontus territory. I do have a lot of negotiations with them because there was a chance that they could have attacked us in the north quite a bit. We've got like non-aggressions, trade rights, and think we've even got a military access pact with them, so we should be able to move over there. And then we've got these high quality armies moving up. Actually, you know what? It's probably actually, now that their army's disembarked, it's probably better off to send it to the Black Sea. Besieging Pora now. Still could get attacked over there. There's still a fair few armies in operation. Caucuses wants a non-aggression pact. I suppose we just sign that for now, and then I'll make a decision on them. I don't really have too much ill will against them. If they're all with Chimeria, they might have some territory up in the north. I'm not entirely sure. Pora and the last of them there. Oh, we've had a Persian uprising. So although we've taken that land in the Far East, we're still yet to hold it fully. So let's deal with those rebel scum quite quickly. Let's go with synchronism. Okay, so we need to get mine shafts, which is 5. We're making 70,000 per turn. These are what we have buildings wise too. I also want to try and get cavalry. We've got access to them now. We can recruit them quite good because we've been sieging so much. We have. I do think we've been fighting and auto-resolving siege battles so much because they're so big. We haven't needed cavalry overly too that much. Okay, so we actually can recruit a bunch down in Arabia Felix. So maybe we just do that then, straight away. Yeah, right. I'm just looking at the cavalry. I think the Nabataea noble cavalry are probably the best. Why? They got 74 armor, damn. And they can get the straight armor upgrade too. Instead of building like a cavalry recruitment hub in Egypt, we might be better off getting them from the south and then force marching them up. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my navy there now because we've moved all the way. We've moved my naval commander that traded to the end of the map, and we've found all the factions that we can trade with navally. Unfortunately, the Germans, the Marco Mani, don't want trade. Okay, we're going to be able to push into Pora now. Take that. Alright. Let's go down here.
I cannot, my lord.
Still only got one settlement left now. Yeah, Pergamon just has so much territory there. Alright, let's siege out this. Nice, pretty favourable auto resolve. Thankfully Armenia isn't too built up. They weren't as big as what I thought. We can push into Trebizond now. Caucuses might even help us there. Huh, they will. They're going to bring 2,000 soldiers to bear. So, joining that war, getting them on side, has been the better quality idea to occupy. And replenish and repair. Let's build a shrine and food eventually too. Alright, so a quick war against Armenia now. I thought it would have been far more costly. And we can bring in those additional reinforcements now. Spread out some of that valuable experience. Let's occupy. Nice. Armenia as a faction has been officially destroyed. Let's get a well going there. Bunch of buildings there we want to get rid of, I think. We're not going to be able to use all of them and convert those temples. Alright, so the Caucasus as a province. Somewhere we want to get to. Then Pontus and I guess Bithynia too. We might make a non-aggression with the Mesgate. Okay, so we have enough money now at the top of this turn to finally switch over to an empire. Usually it just costs a lot of Imperium to do this. And it's not really worth it because you do get a lot of negative public penalties. Unless we can just call the Nabataean Kingdom an empire now, which would just be kind of cool. Because, like, I guess you get some better slots. You get a 20% research rate. That's probably the best bet. And it's going to offset that. Like, is it really worth 10,000 and then the 30 loyalty and public order? You know, nearly might be better off going with a league. Because we lose 2% on the tax rate. Minus 10 upkeep for armies. Nearly a league would be better. But I think it just makes sense for us to move from a desert kingdom to an empire now. It makes more sense. Even though, I don't know, it's nearly better just staying. It hasn't changed us to the Nabataean Empire. It should do, name-wise. Maybe I'm asking for a little bit much. Oh, the Masali. Oh, okay. They've taken a port from the Gatuli, and they want to run trade out of there. Sure, let's do that. And then a couple of Caucasus territory. Don't want to trade. Chimeria doesn't want to trade. Not entirely sure why. Okay, so we're making nearly 70,000 per trade. I'm going to drop my tax rate to like nothing because we're getting minus 30 public order. So it's probably good to offset that. In my healthy regions that we've held for such a long time, we're good. It's in those recently taken Persian lands west of Babylonia is going to be the concern. Okay, so hopefully this is the last of Dora here. And we've secured the southern coast of Persia. And let's go with tax rate overall. But this is what we currently occupy now. So we've got Parthia and the Mesgate there. Oh, out of all the factions to be here, I would have much rather it have been like Bactria or something. But the Mesgate, a Cav focus faction, that's so annoying that they've pushed into that power vacuum. I actually think I might have to make peace with them, or we already have a non-aggression. I can get military access. Maybe I'll try and get an alliance with them. Oh, they're going to offer a defensive. Huh. Because they're going to like be so annoying to deal with. Oh, and they somehow got past Parthia. Interesting. So the lands of Persia are going to be divided between the Desert Kingdom and the nomads. Interesting. Parthia is there too, but I thought they were only a one settlement faction. I was like, oh, they've just got Nissa. Yeah, these are all going to be like full cavalry stacks. They have all of this province. I've never seen that. Okay, let's move north to the Caucasus here. There's been some, like, the Seleucids expanded quite well. Sparta's massive. The Mesgate. I feel like, sandbox-wise, this has been such a fascinating campaign, seeing, like, various empires bring up. Obviously, Rome's quite big. Syracuse with them, too. There's that cavalry stack going, and I guess we send some to Parthia. Okay, so we've still got them annoying us, these Persians. They're going to retake that now. Oh, they are too. Always rebellious. The lands of Persia, I suppose. Let's get this army to the Black Sea now. Now, thankfully, we're not going to be opposed going through the Bosphorus. Okay, let's move you here. Oh, we're going to be able to just auto-resolve with that army. Retake the settlement quickly. And there's just Hellenic influence spread throughout. Okay, armies-wise, still moving up into the Caucasus now. I think we try and take that settlement. Get to the border. And then we'll start chipping away at them. I guess we betray Caucasus. Then we push into, like, what is modern-day Azerbaijan, I suppose.
May Hermes
Okay,
grant
so
us
we can
both with
negotiate
skillful tongue.
with Caucasus and join that war.
You speak with wisdom and
So let's just do
grace.
that then. Let's
We
march on
accept
over.
and embrace your
Oh, okay, there's a lot of trash units there. Just a volume, not enough. Can I somehow, like, where is those armies? Oh, that's so annoying. They're sitting, like, at the back here in the mountain pass. I can't get to them without sieging. Ugh. That's going to be so brutal, though. I don't want to siege it if I can avoid it. I want to fight a land battle against them. I'd rather take the auto-resolve. Jeez. That's so many. It's only 16,000 man fight. We're going to lose so many in a siege. It'd be trying to fight the army on the outskirts. I just think they're going to get inside. It's going to be more favourable. Ah! Wait, they actually cooked me. 2,600? 4 units in the end. And then we're better off running down them. They actually played me quite well there, sitting in the further mountain pass. Okay, let's break some of that down. And then I guess we push eastward.
We fight for you,
ready for battle.
Let's advance. Nice. I guess we try and make a negotiation with them.
Welcome.
The horse lords. Okay, hopefully this is the last of them here. Huh. A small roaming Pergamon army. Who's going to help us out? Mesgate now, they got military access. They're going to try and run around too. How are these guys going to react? What are they calculating? Oh, to come back. They're going to throw their 1,300 against me. I kind of respect that, so I don't have to run them down. So they're now being obliterated as a faction.
Your next command, my lord.
Now, hopefully this is the last of them. Yeah, look at this. Just the Mesgate are just massive. Maybe even Parthia too. I am wanting to go to war with them. I just don't know if it's doable. They're a lot bigger than what I would hope. Okay. I'm going to get another army going here in Alexandria. These heavy desert spearmen are the new phase, I think. We bring them in instead of the pikes now. Okay, I think it's time to go against Ardhan. Oh my god, we got like 5 full stacks here, ready to descend upon the rich future oil fields, I suppose. And we're going to get to a point where there's going to be no Persian factions left. I'm not going to call my allies. Are they at war with anyone? Oh, they are at war with these guys. Hang on, we'll join that war then. Because we don't want to be going over the mountains. Let's encircle. Let's move them all down. I want to not put the best army into the siege. Okay, we'll send that one up there. Ambush these guys. Because I just don't know how big the garrison is. Right. They're now done. Move you here. And then I get this army, yep, to attack that. Oh well. Still got to put this army. Alright, so what do we got here? Ooh, so now this is a 17,000 one. And this is, well, this is a siege, but it doesn't have walls. So it's going to turn into a land battle more. I'm more inclined to play this battle to be the battle for the Caucuses. Yeah, okay. Let's do that. And then we're going to, it's not going to be like a long, arduous, protracted siege. I don't know, I just feel like for Total War, I have siege atrophy, or fatigue. I'm just sick of them. Some people really like brutal sieges. I just feel battles just enjoy so much more. Okay, let's try and move up here.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
Let us make this swift and quick. Let us cut down this filth.
Okay. And then wait for those reinforcements to come up too. So there are the noble spears rotating and getting into position. Okay. Let's go. Whoa, those reinforcements are probably coming in quite quick. Just gotta keep an eye on them. And then once we get the Caucuses fully under control, I guess we just got everyone over here now. I thought 2 full stacks would have been enough to go against Parthia, but they've got like 5 factions, 5 settlements further back, so maybe we just peace out with Parthia. To be fair, we never were at war with Parthia, and they're still a cavalry-centric faction to begin with. I think we focus on Pontus, and then we've literally got all of the Middle East under our sphere of influence. Okay, that cavalry's now coming in. Be interesting to see how our swords perform. Okay, let's take this. You wrap around this way. Alright. So, Nabataean swords facing Persian spears. Probably for one of the last times. Let's rotate you here. Alright, let's give out some attack orders there.
Enemy general is dead.
Okay. This is a lot more blobby than what I anticipated.
We are at your command. We await our order. Noble my lord. What are your orders? Ready to march. Ready, my lord. Heavy archers. Double time, my lord. Gideon. Noble swordsmen. Our orders. We await your orders. Orders. Awaiting orders. Orders. Our orders.
Okay, I'm just going to reform you up here.
Noble swordsmen.
Our general is
Jeez, I'm
under
going to have to
attack.
throw my general in. There is a massive amount of units here.
Ready. Trip forward. Orders. At the ready. Noble swordsmen. Heavy archers.
And my units on the inside aren't doing as much. They just need to really hold. Okay, my archers are going to start putting pressure on them. They've got a decent amount of archers there themselves, though. Okay, my reinforcements from this far other side have eventually come on in. Let's rotate you there.
The men are wavering.
Oh my god, I just don't want them to get smashed there. Okay, let's give out some attack orders there.
Noble swordsmen.
Jeez, this has turned out to be a bit of a slog in the end. Okay, we're going to just win volume-wise on this side. The fight on the west is not doing as well. Nice.
The enemy general is dead.
The enemy general's dead. Good. Right, now just trying to reform back up here because we just lived through that. Oh my god. Alright, reform that up there. Make sure we get this guy properly. Okay, my archers, if they're just coming clutch there, oh my god. Oh. Just gonna be a little bit careful here because there's more coming through that fog of war. Gonna start capping that town square now.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Nice.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Right, let's give out some attack orders there. Okay, so although we got the town square, it's not going to initiate the countdown. Oh, well, they're kiting me a bit there.
An entire unit has perished.
Jesus. Nice. Alright, let's end that battle. They're costly in the end. They did deploy 6,000 though. And they got the advantage because it was defensive. Alright, they're now dealt with. The Ardhan. Decisive victory. Let's occupy. And then we swing around and deal with Caucuses, I suppose. Oh, okay. We've had an uprising here. Oh, jeez. That's a lot too. Is this an Armenian rebellion? Yeah, maybe. I think so. Alright. Oh my god. It's just annoying how big some of the rebellions are. Okay. Jeez, they've gone through 2 provinces quite quickly. Why do they have so much movement? Oh, okay. Then there's got another Persian uprising. Okay, sweet. Search for the lost caravan. That seems to work for us. To be fair, we are still dealing with the public order issues once we switched over to an empire. Gonna have to retake that now though. As Persia is back. Can I somehow make... no. Okay. We're just gonna have to slow down our construction a bit here. Okay. Retake that settlement. Still struggling to subdue Persia. Okay, now they're destroyed. Okay, now just need to run down this rebellion. Huh, we actually caught them in an ambush. Nice. The annoying thing there though is just they've just trashed all those units properly. Nice. So they're now being crushed and dealt with. Let's replenish and repair where we can. Okay, cool. So we've got the Hellenic supporters and now the Roman supporters. Cool. Alright, time to go after Caucuses now. Looks like they're a one settlement faction now. We've got really good relations with them because we've been joining so many wars. We're actually going to be able to use this navy against them in a force march. So let's have a look here. I want to get all of the province of the Caucuses under our control. Yeah, so they must have lost some units back. We've just got a trade agreement with them. Okay, so it's not that detrimental that we're tearing up a military access pact or a non-aggression, no. Okay, let's swarm on in. Oh wow, it actually has the title of Emperor now. Okay, let's move everyone in. Okay, and let's move you there. Cool. Oh my god, we could just throw in 10,000 there, easy. Alright, let's occupy that, and I just hope now that Cameria doesn't get any ideas. Let's break that down. Nice. Just need to make sure we run down Caucuses. They still don't want trade, Cameria, and I don't know why. They didn't want naval or now a land border trade agreement. Okay, I've actually changed my mind going into Nissa. We don't have enough with these two armies to do that, so they actually don't mind us though, because we kind of went after the Persians. I guess Parthia is slightly different, they're more cavalry. So we'll get trade with them, and then we farm military access. Yeah, if they just had that one settlement, I would have taken it, but it looks like they've divided the east of the map up there between them and the Messgate. So maybe we don't push into that sphere of influence and leave it alone. Okay, it's probably time to put the tax rate back up now. And we can invest in some of those other projects. So, because it looks like the penalty we got from switching over to the Empire is now being gone. But these mine shafts are what's going to generate us so much money. We're just comboing that along with our trade. So we're just rolling in gold at the moment. And then we're breaking down those buildings that we're conquering too. Not having desert culture everywhere is actually not being too detrimental to us compared to playing as like the Romans or something. We can expand that too. And we'll finish off Caucuses, and then I guess we swing around and go to war with Pontus, because they hold sort of northern Anatolia. Okay, let's finish off Caucuses. I will trespass into Cameria, which is going to annoy them. They're now dealt with the Emperor moving in, and we are well and truly becoming like a proto-Sassanid Empire, I suppose. We've got Nabataean military forces operating all the way in the Caucasus, in what will become Georgia, which is kind of crazy. Okay, so there was a Persian rebellion here, but the Messgate are going to run them down. Interesting. All the way out to the Arabian Sea. In the Gulf of Oman, there are Messgate cavalry protecting trade. I guess we just allow the trade, sure. Can upgrade those mines now. This is roughly what we're going with. Oh nice, the old men of the desert. Those cavalry units we recruited in Arabia have arrived, so we can put 4 units in each now. Not like it matters. Alright, time to go to war against Pergamon now. So Pontus. They're all with Cameria. Can I join your war then? That might give us some better relations. Will you give me trade finally? No. Just refusing massively. Okay, let's swing around and hit that. Oh, that's in a force march. Cool. Yeah, let's play that one then. This should be a really fun ambush. Sorry about that one, guys. We actually had a game crash. So we're going to have to go again. Okay. We'll auto-resolve it. Because we tried again, but it's just going to crash.
On the move, my lord.
Okay, so now we've finished them off. It's so annoying, I wanted to play that. I'm sure we'll get another one.
Ready for...
Ready for... Forgive me, but we cannot.
Okay, so now we'll flood everyone in. They've got a decent amount of armies. Should be able to siege that.
My lord! Ready for... On the move, my lord!
Make haste,
We fight
man.
for you, my lord!
Force March 2.
How tired
Ready
you are.
for battle! I don't care
Get
how
you further in.
tired you are. At your command! Get moving!
Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks. Oh my god. Just rolling through the campaign now. To be fair, we have the Middle East united against them.
Ready for orders!
Okay. Let's garrison that. So Nicomedia is under Bithynian control. How are Bithynia still alive? Actually, what I'll do is I'll get the Navy to blockade that.
Forming a blockade.
Ready for battle!
And
At your command! My lord!
yeah, we'll sit that there.
For you, my lord.
We should be able to hit this other one. I wanted to play a fight against Pontus straight up, but we'll just sort of see how we go. They have Ankara. I haven't called in Pergamon because I don't want them to take those lands. So they will attack the Navy. That's okay. We'll withdraw. They could sail out against it. Maybe. I don't know. Another rebellion down in Persia. Hopefully the Mesgate once again help us out. Trouble populace. Okay. So pushing into Galatia, Cappadocia. So they must have expanded quite well into that former Galatian territory. I'm surprised Pontus and Pergamon didn't butt heads. I still have Sin up there. Just trying to logistically move all these armies now because we're wielding, what, 10 at the moment? And we've all just got them in the province of Anatolia here. It's just a little bit hard to navigate. I thought the war in Armenia would have been a lot more costly. Because we've wrapped around, crushed them, picked off the Caucuses one by one. Now we're just all fully here ready to go against Pontus. Okay, so that's better now. If I force march just you one more, we should be able to get in. You're still coming around through. Yeah, get you further up here. And can I'd rather attack with an army. Okay, so we're just going to have to get the Navy to command the assault. A little bit risky doing that because then they're going to take the brunt of the auto-resolve. And it's mostly a ballista army. Oh my god, 1, 2. It's like half the Navy just crushed. Okay. Sinop's going to be taken. Oh, we can get 12 armies now, which is massive. Let's try and break that down. So Sinop has fallen. And then we got Ankara and one more. Alright, let's end the turn and continue. We're just in a hot war at the moment. I'll deal with that edict later. Looks like Nicomedia is under attack too by Tylus. They're going to try and poison that army by the look of it, or disrupt it military. Oh, they're going to attack us. I can't see what they have, but we'll fight this one. We got a pretty good army build. We should be okay. This is going to be tricky, actually. Alright, so unfortunately, this Nabataean army has been intercepted. I guess we just try and get the general and cavalry out. Move the archers further back. If they start targeting units, especially from the sides and rear like that, they should be able to pepper them well. And then I guess we push into Bithynia, and then there's like no other border territory around us that we can grab. It'll just be major factions. And then I guess we put ourselves in a position to cross the Bosphorus if we want to go into Greece. Okay. Just charging my cavalry there. They are spears. We just need to rescue the general there slightly. Okay, doing well. Holding there. I did have time to throw my pikes into formation, so they should be able to hold quite well. Those cavalry, sorry, those skirmishers are just peppering me from the forest there. Hang on, I need to move my general there. I can't afford to lose him. Get into the forest there. Okay, so now we can slightly see. So pretty decent army that they came with. My archers here are just doing bits. Okay, now it's swung to about 70% in my favor. Luckily these guys are a bit more armored so they can hold in place. Okay, let's reform you up here. Okay, I think we just need to form up back. Get the cavalry way back here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition. Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display. The battle is turning in our favor.
Your orders! Engage! Infantry! And they're ready! Cavalry! Waiting orders! Orders!
Let's reform this up. Okay, we're good now. Even though we're in a forced march and slightly wounded.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Jeez, this army did take a battering, but now we're gonna have to not. The enemy general's dead. It's GG's. Alright, send the cavalry, the last of it up then. I'm just gonna literally grab my archers here and go to get them to draw their swords. They're gonna be able to get that royal guard.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Even though like some of them got some quick little volleys off anyway. Nice. Let's end that one there. Costly. It was a Pyrrhic victory in the end. So we baited the army out from Ankara. This army took a bit of a battering, but it's okay. We've got still so many more in reserve that we can just, for all intensive purposes, just zerg on over. Okay, on duty calls. Get the cavalry now. This cavalry's better. Okay, push into the last lot of their territory. Ankara is their last province now. And now we actually sit a little bit better poised against Pergamon if we are to betray them. Alright, let's move on into Ankara. Nice. So, let's get everyone in. Jeez, making nearly 20,000 per turn. Oh, we can actually just push them in the north here. Finish off those last armies. They're not even going to accompany us in that siege. Oh, so we lost 2 units in the end. That's okay. Nothing to cry home about. Let's occupy Ankara now, and that should be Pontus done and dusted. I think we'll go after Nicomedia, because it looks like they're being pushed by Tylos. I want to try and get that if we are to cross over Asia and attack a Sparta united Greece, which is interesting to see. Okay, so we've just pushed to the border here. We're going to have a quick war against Nicomedia. It looks like Tylos just sacked them there anyway. These barbarians have taken over the Adrician Kingdom lands. And then, as you can see, all of Anatolia will be under our control or within our sphere of alliances. So we'll talk to Tylos, say we'll join that. Well, okay, we're just going to have to straight up war deck them. Wait, Tylos are a client state of Sparta? What? Unfortunately, we've got a lot of relations there with Bithynia. So we are going to be unreliable now, but it should be okay. I didn't realize we had so much. To be fair, Bithynia, oh, they were pushing and they were dealing with they were farming rebel armies, weren't they actually? In Mesopotamia. So we can just full on waltz on in here and then we'll chuck everyone there to the border. Interesting. So going after Tylos means a war with Sparta, technically. Oh, Bithynia have an army in Mesopotamia. Yeah, that's what I thought. They would here in Dora. They were fighting the Seleucids at one point. Oh, okay, that army's cooked. I could get Pergamon to join the war because they seem to be closer. No, they're not. Oh wait, Sparta is at war with Pergamon. Interesting. All right, let's flood all these 10 armies in, just for the visual look of it. As this is worse than what the Athenians feared, I guess, and Spartans. It's not a united Persia this time around, it's a united Arabia and desert kingdoms. Alright, let's move everyone in. My god, that looks wicked. Alright, well, I think we're going to wrap up the campaign here. Let me know if you'd like to see more. I think we've well and truly won this campaign. We're making 20,000 per turn. I guess if you want to see my war against Sparta or Rome, we could do that. Same with Tylos. But we started off as a small kingdom in Petra, in Nabataea. We've made alliances to our east and west. I don't think it's smart to declare war upon Pergamon. They could help us. Probably make an alliance with Parthia in the end. But can't see us losing this campaign now. It's probably just going to be a steamroll moving those units. So we're going to wrap up this mega video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. The mod lists, as always, and extra content is available to channel members. My name has been Simpsy. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.